stay loose, I stay hype. I stay loose, I stay hype. I stay loose, I stay hype. I could do this all night, cause I do what I like. Yeah, I do what I like. Yeah, I do what I like. Sipping goose, if it's right. And I go with the flow. Yeah, I go with the flow. Yeah, I go with the flow. Cause I know I'm the show. In the zone, here I go. In the zone, here I go. In the zone, here I go. Yeah, they know I'm a pro. Let's go, let's go.
You get the win this time? You're lying to me. I'll be back.
Let's go, let's go.
Whatever your name is, get ready for the big surprise.
You're lying to me. I'll be back.
Let's go. If I know what I want, then I know what I get.
Hey,
if
buddy.
I go, they can win, cause they know I get lit. I'm a pro, not a myth. And my flow got some wit. Never slow, drink a fit. I get hype, I get lit. I stay loose, I stay hype. I stay loose, I stay hype. I stay loose, I stay hype. I could do this all night, cause I do what I like. Yeah, I do what I like. Yeah, I do what I like. Sipping goose, if it's right.
You
And
get
I
me,
go
right?
with the flow.
Con men,
Yeah, I go
thieves,
with the flow.
degenerates,
Yeah, I
lowlifes,
go with
thugs,
the flow.
criminals.
Cause I know I'm the show.
Pikachu! Pikachu!
In the zone, here I go. Yeah, they know I'm a pro.
Who is your daddy? Who is your daddy?
Let's go.
Stop it! Who are you? Who are you? Put this thing away. This is not worth it. Hi, buddy. You're my #1 customer.
Let's go. If I go, I'm a get. When I flow, I'm a hit. And I know I'm the kid. I'm a soul, don't forget. I'm a blow up winning. Got my flow so fitted. Here we go. Just beginning. Yeah, I throw every inning. Got my flow so legit. All I know is my shit. Here I go. They can whip. Post alone in this bitch. Rockstar making hits. Got guitar in this shit. Leaving scars cause we lit. All these bars that I
What's up, everybody? It's Mr. Jez7780. What grinds my gears here with the Gaming Grindhouse. The Grindhouse is open. Oh yeah, calling all grinders, calling all grinders. Grindhouse is open. Come on in. Come on in. Oh baby. And I got here my wonderful co-host, Mr. Frogs Dope Gaming. Frogs, what's up? How you doing?
What's up, everybody? Man, I'm enjoying life, man. This past couple of weeks has been interesting in game, and I can tell you that.
Oh
much,
yeah,
man.
it's been wild. It's been a wild one.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So guys,
lots been going on.
oh man, nothing much. I've been playing tons of stuff, tons of stuff. I can't stop. Shout out to everybody in the grind in the chat. I want to say, hey, Dom, just do a couple of shout outs right here. No Cap, what's up, man? Yo, No Cap was on, man, last week. Awesome show. Thank you again. The tools are here. How you doing? Yo, everybody, my goodness. Buck Rogers and DDP. Social Destruct on the left, man. Yo, we're going to be talking that. Insurgency, Frog. Where have you been? We got a crew together a couple nights ago. We've been playing Insurgency. We got to talk about that. But, man.
Rise.
Oh, I know. You've been in Fantasyland. Tales of Arise. Damn. But, wait, we got to check in on something. Whoa. The sirens are hitting. We got to go take a look at what's going on in the Grinders VIP room. I want to thank the Grinders again. We got some Grinders. Hey, what's up, Merc305? How you doing? So, nice. Yo, I want to thank everybody. Hey, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. You knew the subscribers are growing. It's freaking awesome. Thank you again for all the support. We appreciate it. Also, too, we got the VIP Grinders. Now, we could use some of the awesome emojis that I made, and also the tags you show up in the chat of the house, and then the house on fire, then the grinds, and the gear on fire. And we got Booster in the emojis, and we got It's Turbo Time, and we got Herman Holtz doing splits. Same time for the games.
You got Bootleg Joel.
Bootleg Joel, he made the cover, man. Bootleg Joel. Speaking of Bootleg Joel, let's see where he is. Let's see where Bootleg Joel is. So we're gonna go check out the VIP Grinders. Yo, shout out to the brand new VIP Grinders right here. We got Eddie T, who signed up. We got him last week. David Howe and Noriko. Thank you again for being a VIP Grinder. But we found up. There's Bootleg Joel. We found him. He's trying to get into the VIP lounge. There he is. Bootleg. He's trying to get into the VIP lounge again. This week he didn't make it. And then Booster's over there. And then Phil's in the back. He's trying to look in, but man, Herman Holtz doing those splits. It's a party in the VIP Gaming Grindhouse. So
that split is killing me. Oh my
dude,
God.
You don't understand. When I was making this thing, I was like tearing up, laughing at myself, like going like, I'm gonna put their heads like trying to peek into the VIP lounge, the Gaming Grindhouse.
Boost.
Yo, the trifecta's there. Bootleg Joel, Booster, and Phil. They're all there. Still can't find Booty. Booty. I might add Booty next week. I'm gonna add Booty. But yeah, to be a VIP grinder, you can hit the join button, and everything is awesome for the helps support the channel. So I want to thank everybody there. And you become a VIP grinder, you could be in here with Splits, Herman Holst, Von Holst. And you could be Bootleg Joel. I don't know if Booster and Bootleg ever make it in the VIP lounge. Yo, thank you so much. No Cap Podcast became a VIP grinder. We're going to have to add you. He wants to be there with the Herman Holtz splits. Thank you again. No Cap.
Just peeking around the corner. Bootleg Joel just peeking around the corner.
Yo, thank you so much. No Cap. Thanks, Sick Humor, man. Awesome. Thank you so much. But yep. Oh, my things are good. My layers are a little off.
I see you have some people on a party dancing. Is that the rooftop party?
Dude, that's the. No. Only Xbox has rooftop parties. We got a like real party. Herman Holtz throws like real parties.
Some people were dancing on top of a roof. He said rooftop parties. I was dying. Oh man, I was dying.
Yeah, I found that gift at the rooftop parties. But yes, thank you so much. Yeah, it's awesome. Thanks, Sick. We'll add you to the VIP Grinders list and the VIP Club of the Gaming Grindhouse VIP Lounge. Yep, no admittance to Phil, Booster, and Bootleg Joel. They stay outside and they want to see what's going on. Herman Holstro's like, if you could see, I chose he definitely has like a very elegant kind of party, like a lounge, and then he has the people dancing. He's looking down on them with the splits. So yeah, definitely. There's no rooftop parties here. They're like real club parties here. Herman Von Holtz throws those parties there. But thank you again, everybody, for joining being a VIP grinder, and thank you again for any new members. And we'll be adding you next week to the Gaming Grindhouse VIP Lounge. Now with that, oh man, yes, we're starting off really rough with the Bootleg Joel. Yeah, I got friggin' amaretto in my coffee right now, so we're wilding right now. So, so anyway, I think, so Frog, you've been playing Tales of Arise.
Yeah, I got 40 hours in it.
Holy Jesus.
And
Flying dragons.
I just 40 hours in, and I think from what my son is telling me, I just hit the halfway mark because I'm doing all these side quests. Just hit the halfway mark. So, wow, the game is that story, man, is just wow. That's all I can say is wow. Like I'm enjoying this game and I'm enjoying the story. The combat, it's just everything about this game is just like it's hitting on all freaking points. Like it's something I needed.
Yeah.
This is like the game I needed. Yeah. And it's pulled me away from a lot of other games that I want to play. But when I wake up and I want to start playing, whenever I think I want to start playing games, it's the first game I think I go to. Like I want to play it. I'm addicted to the story. I'm addicted to the combat. Everything about the game is just so enjoyable, and I can't put it down. And it's been a long time that I've had this feeling where I'm like, yo, I can't put this game down. I'm really enjoying it.
What,
And that's a
what
good
game we talking about here?
Oh,
Tales of
damn.
Arise.
Yo, somebody just kicked down the
Yo,
freaking
bro.
Grindhouse doors. Came walking in. What's up, Link?
Yeah,
Tales of Arise.
I can't put it down, man. It's addictive.
Yeah, he's liking that game. I know. Yeah, I know you've been playing. So, like, did you have your whole team now?
I think like I said, I got 40 hours in. I'm halfway
Jesus.
through, and I'm just going around, and there's like these bigger, they're bosses, but they're like the bigger creatures you got to find. They give you quests. And so
Yeah.
I'm fighting these bigger creatures. And I just found this one in this ice cave. Oh my God. I beat him. And then a bigger one came out. And I was like, yo.
Dude.
And so I've been grinding. And man, I don't even know what level I am. I think I'm close to level 70 something. I might be less. All I know is I'm grinding.
Grind those gears.
And man, I tell you what. Whew,
Are you going to get on Battlefield this week?
yes.
Okay.
Yes, I am.
Because did you pre-order it?
Yes, I did.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Wait. Hold on. Let me make sure.
Yeah, I got it because I got to pre-order it.
Let me make sure it wasn't. Because, with all these games coming out, there's not too many more toward the end of the year. Like, I'm how I am. When it gets to this time of the year, I save my money and I wait till that Cyber Monday and Black Friday sales.
And everybody, I'm going to give you a grinder tip of the day. Make sure we got the 65 grinders in here. Hit that like button. So anyway, Target does their buy two, get one for free. It comes in a few weeks, right? They do it I think right at the end of October, beginning of November. So they buy it.
Yes.
Actually, it's right when Call of Duty launches. That's usually when it is. And usually Call of Duty's not part of it. That sucks. But yeah, Target does their buy two, get one for free. So you look for that first week in November. So, but yeah, I got to pre-order it. I do have to pre-order because you can get early. I think you get access on Wednesday.
It's funny. The funniest thing is, and y'all gonna laugh at this. How PlayStation. I think Xbox does it too. But when you're on PlayStation, it tells you how many of your friends pre-ordered a certain game.
That's pretty cool.
Well, Battlefield on my PlayStation, I think I got about 150 people on my friends list, and only 6 people pre-ordered Battlefield.
Really?
Yeah, and Call of Duty, 70 people pre-ordered it.
Damn! What from that beta? Oh,
Yep.
come on!
And I'm gonna tell you what.
Come on!
Call of Duty is a phenom.
Relax.
And here's,
You've been erased.
I heard you talking early on in space, and I know we'll get into it. But you said I know we're gonna talk about Halo.
Oh, are we gonna talk
tell you
about
some
Halo?
things. I'm gonna tell you some things about Halo and Battlefield and why I don't think they have the really output to even compete against Call of Duty this year.
Really?
I'm a Call of,
I
don't
know,
think
Frog,
they- I
but
don't
with
think
that
you wanna
beta
do
was Link. What did you think of that Call of Duty beta?
It was.
Is Link here? Link is in here, isn't he?
Yeah, he's
Yeah, I'm
Link,
here.
what-
I'm here,
did
but
you
I'm
play
not
that code?
really- I'm here, but I'm not like really here. But
Oh shit, he's here in spirit. All right, Link. You just you could tap me on the
What was
shoulder
the
when I say
question?
something.
Call of Duty.
Call of
beta?
Duty.
Yeah,
Did you play that beta?
I played it. Yeah.
Dude, that thing was
Where
glitchy as
you
hell.
wanna go?
It was glitchy. Was it glitchy for you?
It was glitchy.
Did you wait? Now wait. What platform did you play it on?
A PlayStation,
PS5.
PS5.
I didn't have no glitches on the PlayStation.
All right. Well, I had my glitch.
Lighting glitches
I tell you,
and
it messed me up.
environment glitching.
Messed me up.
But I'll tell you this: I didn't have no fun with it. I won't be buying it. So
Oh, well, there you
I know
go.
that.
Oh, damn, Frog.
I
That's
like
it.
I like Black Ops, but I didn't care for that at all.
Yeah, I thought Vanguard was kind of rough.
But I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back in time.
You know what?
I'm not finding that.
Going
Link,
back
I
in time.
totally agree with you, Link. I didn't like it at all until I played with a group of friends that I normally play Call of Duty with, and I absolutely enjoy. When I went there and played it with randoms, it was horrible. When I went there and played it with the group of people that I normally play Call of Duty with, we dominated because we got communication, and that's what I kind of feel like in a lot of like these shooter games, like the Halos, the Battlefields, the Call of Duties. If you don't have a group of friends that you really play with, you're not going to enjoy it. That's why, I'm picky as to what I buy as far as
I see the quote on the box of fun with friends. I don't know about that one.
Hey, Call of Duty's fun with friends.
Fun with friends,
just like a lot of these other shooter, man. They're fun with friends. That's
damn, fun with friends. But anyway, so I got to pre-order Battlefield. Call of Duty is I don't know. I gotta wait. Are they doing more betas for that thing?
I don't think there's gonna be another Vanguard.
They need another one. They need one desperately.
I will say, depending on how I feel about this Battlefield beta, because Battlefield's a hit.
I know, man. I know. I'm excited for Battlefield for what I see, but I know it's EA, and EA likes to do nice trailers, and then I don't know.
The other thing is, Battlefield is a completely type of game, a different game. If you're not,
definitely,
you're not doing what you're doing, it's boring. It gets really boring really quick, and the matches are just so long. I think Call of Duty is really accessible to so many people. That's why it sells so well.
Yeah.
Just pick up, like I can pick it up, play a game, leave the house, go grocery shopping, and come back. With Battlefield, I actually have to take time out to really sit there and play the game. I can't just pick it up, and play it, and get in a match, and I'm done. Like you're gonna be sitting there for a while.
All right. Well, speaking of shooters, I'm going to talk about a great shooter, and that's the first topic on the Grindsboard. So here we go to the Grindsboard. Make sure my audio. I see something messed up over here. Oh yeah, let me move this. Oh no, gotta have my new subscribers show up in the welcome to the Grindhouse box. There we go. I'm messing all my things up. Here we are. Speaking of some games, man, shooters. Okay, so we're gonna talk. And shout out to Social Destruct, man. We've been rocking. Shout out to Axel. Been rocking with him too, man. So, but Social Destruct brought this up last week. This Insurgency Sandstorm and Frogs. We played this. So, first topic on the Grindsboard. Listen, this game is basically a very oh, hey, I got my, what am I doing here? We're going to do a display capture because I like to show what we're speaking about here. Let me get to my, hold on, let me get to that. But let me explain, so as I find my video. So, this game is to say very quickly, like to kind of say very quickly what it is like a Rainbow Six, no heroes though. But Rainbow Six strategy with Call of Duty elements, and it's taken in kind of Sandstorm, which is like kind of Middle Eastern. So it's a modern weapons and stuff like that, even though they do have older weapons in there that you can do. But it's very strategic game in the fact that they're only objective missions. There's not team deathmatch, and it's 8 personnel versus 8 human players versus doing missions on these big maps against the AI. And then there is 10 on 10 versus with against humans. So the game is running. First off, there's no PS5 version right now. They're planning to do one early next year for an update for the PS5, but it runs like in PS4 Pro enhanced in the fact that it basically runs at 4K 60 and oops, I'm clicking on the wrong video. It runs at 4K 60 on the PS5 and I think the Series X as well. No crossplay either on it. But man, I had a blast. Okay, so let me explain. One of the coolest things about this game is that everything is unlocked from the beginning. So you don't need to level up to get weapons and attachments and all that other stuff. It is all open from the beginning. And here, let me show it now. I finally found my video.
You just level up for classes.
For the commander and the observer class. So, let me get my, call on the left. Here we go. So let me just do my display here. Just the command center. The command center. Oh my goodness. Hold on, the command center. Frog, what did you think of
No.
it when you played with it? When you played it?
When I first played it, it was I had to get used to it because it's definitely more of a tactical shooter. It's not a it's not even it's not a Battlefield or Call of Duty. It is similar, more similar to a Rainbow Six style game. Very realistic. I mean, shoot, the sound alone can give you PTSD.
Yes, the sound is wild, man.
Just incredible sound. I would say, it seems to run pretty stable. I guess my only gripe is, yeah, it's 4K 60 on my PS5, and I'm running 4K 60 locked, and it just doesn't have I guess my biggest thing is this game doesn't have it's not a pretty game by any means. It's not a pretty game. This
texture's a little rough. Like the texture's a little rough, but it's definitely it's not ugly. Yeah, I'll get to the.
It reminds me.
Here's a night vision. How was that?
It reminds me graphically of like a 360 game that they remastered.
A 360 game. Oh goodness.
Yeah, like a 360 or a PS3 game they remastered and put on PS4 because it's just like the text. That's my biggest gripe with it. Is like the textures are really not that good. Like
when you get close to them,
the game is not a good looking game. Like when you compare it, like this game came out this year, and I know
it came out 2 years ago on PC, and it came and they ported it over to console. 2
years ago, then it came to console recently, and I think that my biggest deal is, for a first person shooter, you expect them to run well, but you also expect them to look good. Like, and I don't expect this to be like, it's not worse looking than PUBG, but it's like,
oh my god, no way. No,
yeah,
but I'd say
it's a constant. Like if PUBG looked like this, I wouldn't mind playing it.
Nah, but this looks a lot better than PUBG. PUBG was friggin' Craig textures on that shit. Now this game, I'm playing the night vision.
That's my only gripe with it. Other than that, I had fun with it.
But the sound is absolutely incredible. Yes, and the textures do look sharp. I don't know, like I think some textures when you get up close to a wall, some of them definitely look a little muddy. But if you just looking down the scopes and stuff like that, and I'm showing the night vision mission that we did. But and I'll get to the daytime ones.
Great mission too.
So this is the co-op. We were doing 8 versus the computer, and the computer has different classes as well. So it's not just like a bunch of just random dudes. It is basically random dudes popping up, but there's definitely they have like different people. The rocket, demolition guys, things like that. Also, they have like suicide bombers, which they'll smoke, and all of a sudden you'll start hearing them with the cell phones and stuff like that. They'll come running in and blow up. It's very gritty, very realistic. There is gore to it, and it's very strategic in the sense that you can't just go running in there shooting everything. But it's not slow, and that's the thing. Like it's not a slow-paced game where it's boring. Like it's like, oh, let me just sit in the corner and camp. Like you could jump in windows, swing around corners, do all that stuff, peek around corners. Like it's definitely a slower pace than a Call of Duty Twitch shooter, but it's definitely. I feel it has a great feel to it. Like it's a great feel between the two of them. Now, what's funny is we were doing the so there's different classes, and one of the classes. Let me get to the daytime part here. One of the classes is a commander, and the commander is a person that could call in all these different airstrikes and all these drones and all this other stuff. However, the commander can't just call this stuff in without an observer. So a person has to be an observer class and has to stay close to the commander. So the observer can't just go running into the mission and just doing stuff and killing guys and not next to the commander. The commander can't call in any airstrikes or any rocket, like anything like that. So they got to stay close to each other, just proximity-wise. And it was hilarious. Yeah, so it's pretty awesome because, like, if you coordinate because you want to stay close to your person, you can see them where they are on the map, so you can call in stuff. But man, we were rocking in this mission, and I was calling in everything, man. I was spared no expense, and like a social was like basically approving everything. Like he would just stand next to me and goes, "Yeah, fire it," and I was just dropping. You can see me here, like I'm throwing. I'm just trying to find out where I could drop this rockets. And it's chaotic when it happens, but it was fun as hell. And this is the 8-person co-op.
I was gonna say, I think that when I played it, it was kind of like I could tell it was a PC game. Like I could tell it was. It didn't feel like a console game. Like it felt like something. I was like, hey, this used to be a PC game, and we started talking about where it came from and everything. And I think one of the websites talked about it when it was on PC, and they said it was good, but you could kind of tell like, oh yeah, this was definitely a PC game. Which I guess my other concern too was when it first popped on, it said Focus Home Interactive?
Yeah,
like,
Focus Interactive.
I haven't really played a game I like from anything they publish. I think they publish really horrible games.
Oh.
They're like worse than Acclaim back in the day. But they give you these games here and there that are pretty decent. I think this is a decent game.
This game is polished though. Like I gotta say, man, this game is friggin' polished.
Current gen version, I think that will make or break it. But I think that this game in my personal opinion, I think it came out at the wrong time. It's too close to the end of the year where you got the Call of Duties and the Battlefield and the Halos and these different shooters coming out.
Yeah, but it's $40. It's like it's $40, and this thing is like it gives something than Call of Duty and Battlefield and all them do. I think.
Right, it have a small cult following, but when these other bigger games come out, I think this game will be dead. The servers will be dead. I don't think you'll find as many people playing on them. I think they should have did the cross-gen. That should have been a priority in the beginning because they said cross-gen isn't coming until this current generation of
I think it's coming early, yeah, when they do their update. But I'm telling you, I'm surprised. I thought you liked it. I'm telling you because it was.
No, I like it, but I just think it's coming out.
But I see the thing is I don't think that oh my goodness, Buck, when I killed the person with the door, you could shoot out the hinges and the door falls on somebody. I killed my teammate who walked in front of the door. It was crazy. Like you could shoot out the hinges, kick the doors down, and kill somebody with the doors. It is really, I like the balance of it, and I don't think it's anything like a Call of Duty, Battlefield, or Halo. It's its own thing, and I think that is definitely something worth checking out. And for $40, if you get it even on further sale, but like I think it's one of those games where after this and Kana, like I'm just like, whoa, like $40, like these are some solid games to have.
This came out earlier in the year where there was no shooters. You see what I'm saying? Like I kind of feel like if this came out earlier where there were no shooters,
but the next shooter comes out in a month from now. Yeah, Call of Duty comes out in November. If this came out like this week when Battlefield was dropping, I could say yeah, but Battlefield got delayed to freaking November too.
Yeah, but think about it, Jazz. If this game had came out like a March or sometime from like I think it'd been like
obviously like
my whole thing is there are no big shooters. A game like this being $40, it should have came out closer to the beginning of the year. With it coming out in this October, November, December months, those are crucial months for sales. And like I said, I think this game it's going to have a cult following, a small following. It's not a horrible game.
But it already has a huge following. I'm going to tell you this, Frog. I play this online, and with people are serious into this game, and this is like people like calling out like Tango left, and this like really serious strategy. And I think that people will like serious as hell playing this game. Like it has something really cool where you could use the L1 and actually do an open mic. Even if you're in a party chat, you could communicate to your team like walkie-talkie style to the rest of the team, even if you're in a party chat. So you hear people like just like broadcasting where people are and things like that. But I tell you, the map design, the level design, the maps are huge, and the level design on them is freaking very intricate. You go in and out of buildings. There is like this castle taking over this castle. There's a lot of different ways to get in. And then a lot of things that they do in this is when you capture a point or you capture a thing, then all of a sudden, sometimes you got to defend it. Sometimes you got to blow it up. And also too, you could drive some vehicles. Like if they pull up in a pickup truck and with a chain gun on the back of it, you could basically, take the pickup truck as well. I did that. But yeah, I'm really liking it for the 8-person co-op. It's really cool. And then even the against each other, like I'm kind of hooked on just playing this thing right now because it does do something different, especially after playing the Call of Duties and the Halos. And now I'm interested to see what Battlefield does because I'm hyped for Battlefield because it's just the chaos of that's what's going to happen in Battlefield. But I definitely recommend it. Frog says, it is a bad time. I agree, it is tough. But again, it's a month out from these games. And I definitely think that this deserves a place in your library because it does offer something different and unique. And the sound, I don't know if it could come through on here, but
that was my artillery I just sent in.
Oh man, that's me just like laughing up. Man, I encourage you to watch the stream because it was hilarious, man. I was calling in airstrikes, spare no expense. I was like America. I was just flying. I was just shooting everything, and man, I wanted to see them all. I called in the drones, the friggin' rocket launches, the friggin' carpet sweep, the sound and the bullet effects are crazy. And I'm gonna say one last thing that it does really cool is that the proximity chat, the chat from your teammates, even when you do the walkie-talkie, it's based on their location. So like if they're in this cathedral here, if it's in cathedral, you'll hear the reverb in their voice of like them speaking.
Crazy.
Like if they're actually in this area.
I think the sound is what's really good in this game.
Yes.
The sound makes this game really good.
Dude, the sound is
actually
absolutely incredible.
It's kind of eerie because it's so realistic.
I know, yeah. That's why you're just not too much of a fan. You want a little more arcade because it is. You were saying like, yeah, this is a little too real. Realistic. Yeah, this might be. Yeah, that maybe that's why you're a little like, yeah. I could definitely see because when they were like, "Oh, Frog's up," I'm like, I don't know. Frog might like this. I'm like, nah, I don't know because it is a little too.
It's pretty damn realistic.
Yeah, because you were telling me all the attachments, like it's like there's some, everything's real, like it's based in real. Realistic. The gun, and also you have
I built my weapon the same when I was deployed in Afghanistan and Iraq. I built my weapon the same.
Wow. And know what else is crazy, Frog? They have the one in the chamber. So like if your clip is empty, like you could still have maybe one shot that's in the chamber. You could, and if you double tap this,
you know what?
Yeah,
I was gonna say that when your magazine, like if you have ammo in your magazine, you reload it, you drop that ammo, and that ammo's gone. You don't get it back.
Yeah,
like Call of Duty Battlefield. That's pretty realistic. I mean, what they do in this game is pretty damn realistic. I can say that the sound and it's pretty damn realistic, which is, I think that's a little bit more. I guess like when people say, "Man, I just want to play a game," it's kind of like I just want to play a game. I don't mind playing games like this, but it's somewhat, man, it can somewhat jar you, if you've heard these things. It can be jarring.
I know. Yeah, I figure that, here's the airstrike that I called in here. This is where Social allowed me to call in this rocket strike, and Axel was like, where's it coming? And I'm like, right where you are. So Axel was on the roof right there, and he books it because I called in a rocket strike. So I spent all these airstrikes and stuff, and I killed one person. And that was about it. So I spent tons of money. And here comes the barrage, and we'll end it on this barrage here at night. And yeah, it just kept coming. The pause. But yeah, it just was like the rocket barrage was just boom, boom. Here it comes. Here it comes. Holy crap. Dude, it is intense. And the sound and the screen shaking, dude, it is hilarious. Like it's fun and it's tense. But, and I'm going to say the other mode, as this barrage is coming in, the other mode that I played was, we started as a team of 8, and we went through the map, this big-ass map, and you only start with a Makarov. And you could spec it out whatever you want, and then what you do is you only use enemy pickups as you go through the map. So you're scavenging the enemy. But this is not Call of Duty scavenging where there's an icon that you pick it up and reload. No, you're picking up half clips. You're picking up like just about empty clips. You're picking up a full clip, all different weapons. You're picking up like you're just running through like just drops that these guys have.
Yeah, those magazines are there. You just gotta pick them up.
Exactly. They're not dropping ammo magazines. Like they're just dropping a weapon. Right. You pick it up, and it might be full. It might be half. It might be empty, depending on how much they were shooting you as. So like you're scavenging the map, and it's crazy. And you're scavenging this stuff. Dude, Splitgate. There's another one, man. There's so many, man. So many. Yeah, there we are. We died on that one. But yeah, there we go.
Man, that gameplay is fun.
Pause. Here we go. Jez7780X. Most fire support kills. Earned the most kills as a commando. 1.
Nice.
I called in half of America's rockets, and I killed one guy. Anyway, but yeah, it's a great game. I definitely say check it out. But yeah, Splitgate, man. Ooh, that shooting is solid. And we got to play Teabag Confirmed again, Frogs. People want to see us play that.
Oh, my gosh.
That's
probably one of the best games I played in a long time.
Teabag Confirmed.
I couldn't stop laughing. That's a game that, I say, man, you drink and play and just have a good time. It was so fun.
Where is it? And Frog, I got the clip right here. I
drink a lot because I'd probably be drunk. Because it was just hilarious.
We didn't even know what it was. You're like, is this really what it is? Where is it? I have it right here.
I couldn't believe.
Wait, I'm gonna play it
in that game.
Let them say it. The guys are gonna see it.
Such a great game.
Here we go, Frog. Now
share it. Yeah, share it.
Yeah, I shared it. There it goes.
Wait.
I think I told you. I think I said Splitgate has become
everybody jumping in.
Basically, it's like one of those games. It's kind of, to me, it's gonna be one of runaway success, kind of like Rogue Company. where people get in it and they
Everybody's
love
teaming
it
one
and they
guy.
just
Oh,
improve. Because that's how I kind of feel about Splitgate. It's become one of those games that people are like, and now people are like, yo, this is really fun.
It has it has all the Halo modes, dude. It has
Yes.
all oddball. It has everything in it, dude.
Every time
Yeah,
I
I'm.
see this, he just shoot people, teabagging them. The teabagging
Will not
is
be
heavy.
shamed.
Oh man, my stomach is hurt.
Yo, I got you right here on the video, man. We were having so much fun because, like, first off, the teabag confirmed thing is that you
Super
don't just
funny.
run over somebody and just collect the tags like you do in Call of Duty. You actually have to stop and you got to squat to get the teabag.
Yes.
So it's
You gotta
actually,
teabag 'em.
it puts more of a risk on you going out and getting the thing. Plus, it's hilarious that you just see people just
Oh, man,
teabagging.
it's funny, man.
And then everybody's yelling out on the team. I got Frog on here going, teabag me, get my teabag. And I'm like, oh, shit, pause, oh, shit.
yeah, I got killed. I was like, get my tag.
Because you got to teabag your teammates to collect their tag. I'm like,
This game mode
dude.
alone was
I'm like,
just so
teabag
funny.
me. I was like,
Oh man, and you know what, Jez? I would tell you something else. And I think me and you talked about this, and I think we played this after we played the Halo, and I know we're gonna get to it.
yes.
The way you level up and progress and do things in this game is kind of what I envision Halo doing.
Oh, yeah, that's a
And,
huge, big problem.
excuse me. Woo. Yes, and I just, wow.
Dude, that was
This
fun.
game is-
Hilarious, dude.
This game
Teabag
is growing,
confirmed.
and it's just going to get bigger and better once it comes to current generation and they do some things differently. Because I'm pretty sure they'll do a 120 hertz mode.
Oh, yeah,
which,
that's, and the texture, they got to update the resolution because it is blurry.
Yeah, the resolution is what kills me in this game.
Yeah.
It's so muddy.
But, man, we had a blast. That pile of bodies.
Man, it's so fun.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Teabag confirmed.
Teabag
Oh my
confirmed,
gosh,
man.
it's
That
fun.
was hilarious because we're like, what's
I
this
just where
mode?
I got
Teabag
killed, and I
confirmed?
said, turn around. There's a guy behind you. You got killed, too.
Dude. But anyway, so
Yeah, that was it.
after we just got our shooter thing, as you tell, we played tons of shooters though. Been going through Kina. That game, it's getting, that is awesome, and I'm loving that. So I'm sharing my photographs on Twitter. But we got to move on to the Grindsboard. We got some things to take care of here. So the first big thing of news was that Blue Point is now part of Sony. So Herman Holtz, he came out. Oh wait, I got a Herman Holtz. Here we go. We got him. Yeah, I got him right here. He comes out. He's like, I got to tell you something, you sons of
Head of
bitches.
PlayStation Studios. As you probably know, we got a commitment to quality here at PlayStation. Hey everyone, this is Herman Hulst, head of PlayStation Studios. As you probably know, we got a commitment to quality here at PlayStation.
Oh damn! He came off his yacht. He was like, I got to tell you something. I was over on the yacht. I got to tell you about quality games. And then he did a split. And then he pulled back and they did the split. And he's like, we got the Blue Point.
The double, the split on.
He did his double split. He did his double split.
PS5
And
disc versions.
dude, he came in there and he's like, I got to tell you, we do quality. And I'm going to do a split right now. He goes, you got Von Holst running studios and you got that stinky ass booty running Microsoft Studios. But I tell you this, we got the games.
Hey everyone, this is Herman Hulst, head of PlayStation Studios. As you probably know, we got a commitment to quality here at PlayStation. Hey everyone, this is Herman Hulst.
Oh, he
head
keeps
of
going.
PlayStation
He's like, I'm not
Studios.
stopping.
As you probably know, we got a commitment to quality here at PlayStation.
So he's like, I do say. So that's the thing. So anyway, the thing about this Blue Point stuff, they kind of leaked back when they announced that they
Right.
Combo says Herman sounds like he's auditioning for a blind villain role. Exactly. A Bond villain. I know, Bond villain, yeah. So like this thing leaked early when they announced the acquisition of who was it? Was the Housemarque, right? And then Blue Point was like, welcome to Blue Point. And they held on to it. So for one question I want to ask you is, why do you think they held on to it till now for the Blue Point studio announcement, not just announce it back then?
I think it hadn't fully went through. The acquisition wasn't fully finished. But I think this is kind of something when I look at it now, I'm kind of like, this is kind of something we kind of saw. Like Blue Point worked with Sony and PlayStation a lot. I think they've done a couple of games on Xbox as far as remasters, like the Metal Gear Solid. And all
They
that.
did Titanfall on the 360.
Right, and Titanfall. So they're
The 360 version.
They are very good at their talent. Like any game that needs to be remade, they can remake it from the ground up, and it doesn't feel like the original game. So they're very crafty and good at their talent. If I'm not mistaken, they did Shadows of Colossus, the God of Wars from the PS2 to PS3, the Jack and Dexter's from the PS2. All those collections we had on PS3, if I'm not mistaken, Blue Point did all of those. I might be wrong on some of them, but I do believe they're very talented. I would like to see them right at this point what they can do with their own IP, or just keep them as the remake studio and give us some of those PS2 and PS3 games that we can't get natively over here. Give us our Resistance, give us our Jack and Dexters and our Ratchet and Clanks and some of those games.
But they said they're working on something new. I think something like that.
I'm interested to see if it's a new IP from the ground up, because I think they are talented. But what can they do on their own? And here's a crazy theory, right? When Sony said they had them, I was like, great.
Hey, everyone.
Yeah, they're working on something new. That doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a new IP.
I thought Shadow Colossus was awesome. That was like the first thing I did. And then Demon Souls, they did a great job on that one.
But here's what I'll say is, what if, and this is just, I'm just throwing it out there. What if, after they did this Demon Souls, what if they come out and say, next year, around or a little bit before, after E3 time.
Yeah.
Because this is, hopes and dreams, but since they're young, they are making a Bloodborne 2. And in the meantime, they've remade from the ground up Bloodborne. People would shit themselves.
That's what the rumor was going around. They're saying that possibly Bloodborne remake or remaster.
I think a Bloodborne remake from them, and they may remake maybe their new title. Maybe
I don't know, man.
Like, you know what? Since you made our Demon Souls look so good, you can make a whole Demon Souls sequel since we own this. And you can do it. I don't know if they should be just. Here's my problem with the Blue Point. It's a good and bad problem, right? I don't know if they should just be a remake studio.
I don't think so. I don't think they should.
Or do you just give them their original IP, let them make something, and we see somebody say Life of Black Tiger 2.
Oh damn.
Oh damn.
Oh damn.
No, but I don't know if you take this studio because I think they're talented, right?
Yeah.
And they got enough people. I think they can make them. But what kind of game would they make? You see what I'm saying? Like,
Sony, they make what they want to make, what Sony thinks is profitable, like what's gonna do good for them. Like, I think that they could possibly do, like, they're working on something, like, they said that their next project after that was their next project is very ambitious and huge. Like, the thing is like the way Sony has been working with these studios, I just think.
Well, let me ask you this question. I just link this too. Do you think it's a new IP built from the ground up we've never seen, or do you think it's going to be a sequel to one of their bigger games like a Bloodborne 2 or a Demon Souls 2, or you think it's a completely new IP?
I think they're going to do both. That's what I think. I think that they're doing one already. Like, I think they're doing a remake to something already, and that they're working in the background on a big one. Similar to, like, what Santa Monica is doing, where Santa Monica is doing that God of War thing, but then in the background, Cory Balrog got a team, and they're doing this. And I think Sony's been kind of doing this. Look at Insomniac, I think the way Insomniac has been doing this, I think they want to do this with all their studios. Not just like 5-6 years, one game, 5 years, one game. I think they want to kind of cycle them and go, now, let's do this.
Sony's doing something with PlayStation, their studio. PlayStation specifically, the way they're doing,
and Naughty Dog does it too.
They're kind of.
I think that was the start of it.
They need make what they want to make. Like, we pretty much are confirmed. Last of Us 3 is coming. It's coming. We know that. But I don't think that game is going to be ready for prime time at least until maybe 2024. At the earliest, I would say 2023, 2024, beginning of 2024. But I think that Naughty Dog has another project in the works. It's totally different. It's not Uncharted and it's not a Last of Us. I think they're working on something different too, which I kind of like that about the way in PlayStation has studios. They kind of look and whoever these guys are in there, they're pretty genius. And they say, hey, we got this ideal. And they sit down and they kind of pitch it to them. And they say, we're going to pitch this ideal to you. What do you think? And they look at their previous history and they say, well, we know you can make a great game.
Yeah.
Can you pull off this story? Can you pull off this? And they say, yeah, well, we need to hire these actors, this actor. We need this amount. and they go in there with a pitch. And that's what makes original new IPs, and you have to take a risk. It's unfortunate that games cost as much, but the upside to it is if you don't take a risk,
Yeah.
how do you gain fandom? How do you gain how are you known for? PlayStation is known for being PlayStation because of the games that it has that you can't find anywhere else. Same with Nintendo. You have to take those risks, and I think that that's the great thing about owning Bluepoint. Now Bluepoint, I would say, will be able to in themselves say Sony would, or PlayStation, I would say, and Sony would say, hey, you can make your own original, but we're gonna let you make your original because you've proven that you are talented enough to go out there and just make.
Well, that's the thing. I think they do know, they do know what the capability studios are already, which is a great thing because they worked with them already, and they're not just grabbing some kind of publisher or something like that. That's like, hey, they've worked intricately with them. Like they've actually made games, exclusive games. They know the hardware and the fact that they're doing it. So I think that it's good. I don't know what they're making, but you know what? They're probably going to be making something. But the thing is this is just another piece of the puzzle for them to just add another studio. They got the Housemarque, now they added, and then they still got those other ones that they've been adding, that Firestorm, and all these other ones.
Okay, we know how, and Link, I hope you can chime in because this is to me an important question because I thought about this the other day. We know when Sony purchased Insomniac, we know their catalog of games, right?
Yeah.
On PlayStation, we kind of know their catalogs, and we saw some of the games they did on the Xbox side that we'll receive. But we've known Insomniac has made their own games outside of PlayStation and only on PlayStation. They've made a multiplex game, and that game didn't do well.
Yeah. What are we talking about?
So about the Housemarque.
Barton, better known to fans
Whoa,
as
what is this?
first pops up in Tales of Suspense number
What's
57
going on?
back
What
in
does this sound
1964. Now, at the time, Clint's using his archery skills to make a living
Where's
as a
this coming
circus
from?
performer,
I hear
but
audio
after
from somewhere.
witnessing all the attention that Iron Man's getting, Clint decides to create a colorful costume.
I don't know where
and
this
become a
sound's
hero
coming
himself,
from.
dubbing himself Hawkeye. Ironically, during Hawkeye's first
Dude, where's this coming from? What the hell? Oh my god, that was so friggin' annoying. Oh my goodness. Sorry about that. Where the hell? That was some friggin' pop-up video that came up on one of the websites. That was like on one of the news websites for gaming. I was trying to read it. I was reading about the article to put for the next. Jesus, the friggin' guy's talking about what the hell? I don't know where the hell that was coming from. Firewalk. That's right. I was trying to look up the name of the other one. It's a pop-up video came up. Holy crap! Hit the friggin' sirens. Holy shit!
What I was saying, Link, and Jez is, we've seen Insomniac and they kind of worked on IPs for Sony. Like Spider-Man is, I guess, you can kind of say maybe their first IP that they kind of made under Sony that's but it's Spider-Man and played safe kind of game. Is it easy to make a Spider-Man game?
No, it's not easy. No.
Well, I would say yes and no, right? Because Spider-Man is an existing franchise. It's not something new. You know what I'm saying? Like it's been around. Like
how is it easy? How is it easy? We see those Activision games.
It's not easy, dude.
Well, what I'm saying is,
Game Night has something for you. Game Night, shout out to Game Night with $5. He says, "Frogs, it's not a new IP. They kept saying original content in the interview. Which have they added on Demon Souls and what is that? State of what is that? SOTC.
I guarantee you,
Sony should buy Level 5. Oh, Level 5 is good.
Bluepoint is working on multiple projects, and I'm pretty sure one of them is
Shadow of the Colossus.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Like, what would it be? You see what I'm saying? Like we could speculate all day, but
what do you mean? What would the new IP be?
Like, what could they bring to the table?
He says that Game Night is saying in the chat, he's saying that it was original content in the interview that they said. Let's see if Herman Holtz had something to say. Did he say this? Let me hear what he has to say.
Everyone, this is Herman Holtz.
Wait, I got Herman Holtz here. Hold on.
No, we got a commitment to quality.
He's doing splits,
and that is why I'm so proud to introduce a new member of the PlayStation Studios family.
Oh damn! Da-da-da! Anyway, all right. Now he just said he was very excited about Bluepoint. But anyway, yeah. What are you saying? Like,
I think it's great that they purchased him, but I kind of look back at when they purchased Insomniac too. I think it was a great acquisition. But then I started to really think about it. I was like, well, what games has Insomniac made outside of, PlayStation? Okay, they did Sunset Overdrive, and that was pretty good.
But still, they can make anything with them. They could have them do original content. They could put their spin on any of this stuff. They're a very talented studio. They could do both.
You can't take what they have made with PlayStation. So
yeah,
no. What I'm saying is I'm not taking that away. But what I'm saying is they're existing IPs. So Ratchet and
no, they're not. Ratchet and Clank was something that they created.
Not Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, he's talking about Insomniac.
Not Ratchet and Clank. I'm talking about Insomniac.
I thought you were talking about Blue Point.
No, I was talking about Insomniac. Well, Blue Point, it's what I'm saying is some of the IPs already existed with Blue Point, and they just went in there and remade them, which doesn't take away from the talent they have. They're super talented.
Listen, this studio has got this. I guarantee you guys that these guys have something in the works that's new, and they're great at remaking, remastering, whatever. We know they can do that.
Yes,
but I guarantee you, this studio has something. When they say original means something new that's coming from them. So
yeah,
I guarantee you they have some kind of new IP that they're working on.
Let me see what they said. Yeah, I think so. I think so. Like
hopefully it's something it jumps us up.
Well, look at Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima was original. Like that was new, and look at that.
That was okay, but that's what I'm saying. Great example. Ghost of Tsushima, brand new IP, right? Brand new IP, never seen it before, but we've seen Ratchet and Clank, it was kind of like Ratchet and Clank was already good. The ceiling can only go up from here. Like say if they did the Demon Souls 2, original Demon Souls 2, well, they already did the Demon Souls remake. The ceiling can only go up from there, They kind of have, what I'm saying is they kind of have a plan.
I don't think they would do a Demon Souls 2.
This is what I'm saying, Link.
No, don't with that.
They have a drawing board where where a lot of games they've made, and Insomniac and Blue Point, for the most part, have already had a drawing board. What about when you give them a blank, trying
to find what they said. Original.
Give them a blank palette and say, okay, make something new. There's never.
Wow, look at what Housemarque did.
That's where I think we see. Yeah, that's where I think we see how great they really are, because we know they're good. As far as the remakes, same with Insomniac. We know Insomniac can do some great games, but what happens when you give them a blank slate and you say, make something that, has nothing to do with PlayStation, something brand new? That's where I think we will see how talented they really are. I really do see that.
They've been making games for a long time. And yeah, mostly have been remakes, but I mean, these guys are very talented, and I think they're gonna show us that they can stand not above, Sony's best studios, but they can make games right up there with those guys. So, I mean, I'm definitely looking forward to what they're coming out. I hope they do. I mean, I hope they do.
See, my whole thing, I really don't care what they make. The thing is like if they do I think whatever they do next is going to be quality. And my thing that I'm excited about is just them, because again, we can't figure out what they're making. I sound like the friggin' Xbox, like hoping and dreaming and praying. This is the thing. I'm happy that their studio that has shown that they could take advantage of that PS5 already at launch. That is something that's very important. So the fact that this studio was able to launch a game next to the PS5 with Demon Souls, yes, it's a remake, but the thing is that game looked incredible and was one of the key pillars of their launch. Yes.
Look at Demon Souls and then look at Elden Ring.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
There's a huge difference.
And that was a launch game for a PS5, and they show what they can do with those textures with that game on a launch console, the PS5. I can't wait to see what they're gonna make next, and that's where I'll leave it as, because what they make, old, new IPs, whatever they're gonna do, but I want to just see quality, and what they demonstrated at the launch of this system, which is a very hard thing to do, is a quality game that took advantage of the hardware and was a showpiece for that launch period. And I think that's great. That's the hardest thing to do. Wait, Gadget wrote something. Anyway. So
I don't think they're gonna give us something that's trash. What I'm saying is I'm interested to see what they can create.
Yeah, that's what they said. They said our next project we're working on, original content right now. We can't talk about what that is, but it's the next step in the evolution of us. For us, I mean.
Like from Insomniac, we got some.
So
good
that's what they
games
said.
Original, like Sunset Overdrive was a good game. You know.
Yeah.
It was new. Now I'm not talking about the sequel to anything. I mean, they did Song of the Deep. They did a couple of games. They did a couple of games.
Oh, they needed co-op in that game.
I think like even I think Ratchet and Clank is a great game. Like Spider-Man was their breakout success. It was like, holy crap, look what they can really do with the Spider-Man game. And that's something that already exists. Spider-Man is an existing. Spider-Man's been around for a long time, way longer than Insomniac. So what I'm saying is, when Insomniac was like, "Oh, here's this new game from us," and we've never seen it. You know, when you create a freaking what do you say, Ghost of Tsushima, it's like, whoa, this is different. This is something. And I'm not saying Blue Point can't recreate or that magic with a brand new IP. I'm just like, do they do that, or do they just stick as a remaster company? You see what I'm saying? That's my question I'm asking, basically.
I don't know. I think Sony is taking these studios and they're going to make original games like they did with Ghost of Tsushima, like they've been doing, and probably trying to grab that Last of Us 2 success. Like, just trying to get something, like, instead of just making Uncharted, they did something different and made The Last of Us and turned that into a franchise. And look what Sucker Punch did. They took Infamous up to the Infamous 3 they were doing, and they're like, you know what? Do something different. Look what they did with Guerrilla. And Herman Holtz, I had to run the studios. Oh, yeah. He runs studios. He saw what Guerrilla did. You made Killzone 3. I don't want Killzone 4. Do something else. And they said Horizon, and now look what they did. So, like, I think Sony definitely has the vision and the thumb of the golden thumb to be like, this might work this day, and they're willing to take some risk in these games. And I think that's what they're looking for. And maybe if they split them up and do whatever, but, they're really emphasizing and quality. And that seems to be the differentiating factor between what they are offering and what they're identifying in their studios, almost like a call, like, basically, a trial period to say, okay, let's see what you can do and, work on this. And Demon Souls came out great. You know what? Now we're interested. You've done a lot of work for us, and let's go. I guess the other thing, Jazz Link, is, and I guess I will give them credit because, like I said, they've made great looking games. But I guess the other thing is when you're only making games for one console, maybe it's a little bit easier. And I don't know. I guess I see a couple people in the chat. Shout out to them. Like somebody said, Elden Ring didn't look that good. I didn't think it looked good either. I think it looked like a last generation game. But and then somebody said, hey, maybe they're working on that 6 Hearthstone and Demon Souls. That would be great, because there was a plan to do. They're not gonna do that. Yeah, I don't think they do that. That's not their project, and I don't think that they would take From Software game and try to, you know what I mean? Like, dude, they said original content, and whether they're not talking about DLC. Yeah. But maybe I'm thinking, now here's the last question we'll do on this one. We'll move on to the next one. Do you think that we're going to see what they have been working on at the Game Awards? Is that why you think they that's a hard one to call. It might be too soon. They just did Demon Souls. If they do say something from Blue Point is going to be shown, if we do get a leak or something, then it's going to definitely be a remake. It won't be something original. Yeah, I'm the one thing about this whole thing, again, we're talking about the studios and stuff, the Blue Point. The one thing about this whole thing I just think is strange is why, when you announced the Housemarque acquisition, maybe they just wanted that one to be celebrated and then Blue Point to be on its own. But it's just kind of weird that they waited the time in between them, especially after the Blue Point one kind of leaked. But maybe just to kind of spread out their news. But I just think it's strange at why they didn't just say, hey, we acquired Blue Point and Housemarque at the same time. Yeah. Too early. Yeah, it might be too early for the Game Awards. I don't know. But all I know is that Sony's stacking the deck and they're not stopping because in addition to getting these studios, in addition to buying these studios, they're not just buying studios and have people sit around and say, where's booty? Instead, they're buying these studios and they're also partnering and getting exclusive games with Forspoken and Final Fantasy 16, and then and even Deathloop that came out and Ghostwire Tokyo. Plus, they're locking down the future where they got Wolverine and they got Spider-Man 2 and they got God of War coming out. So they're still dropping first-party content with that. So, like, they're firing on all fronts. And then one of the biggest things we'll talk about, actually, number 5, we're going to go, talk about with The Last of Us and how they're growing PlayStation now. It's crazy. But one of the things I wanted to jump into, speaking of Sony and, acquisition. So, the gentleman, something came through on Saturday. So, I want to first shout out to Jabari and Persona Speaks for their interview with Sean Layden. That interview was really, really awesome. Like, the questions that they asked were formulated so well that they were able to get their kind of like their fan personnel. It wasn't this kind of like very, just kind of, what do you like to eat? And, it was very informative. Like, the questions that they asked were really kind of saying like, hey, what's this like? What like a really like a natural conversation. And I think that Sean was great in the interview. Like, he was joking back and forth. They were joking with him. I thought it was actually incredible. And considering that was his first time, and this is this is his first time that what happened? Hello? Can you hear me? Hello? What happened?
I'm here, but
I don't know what happened to Frog. So, but one of the things I was saying about, this is the first time that he actually came out. Like, he's been speaking a little bit in some interviews, and that's another reason why it's pretty interesting. They asked about those questions, but he's been kind of like, he just dropped out of Sony and really just went, like, nobody knew where he went. And he just recently came up as being part of that media thing. But basically, he really hasn't spoken about Sony at all, really. Like, he just did his take on certain things. And that's why discussing with him was so insightful to what they wanted to do, and I give them all credit, man. That was an awesome interview. Great job, guys. Go watch the video. I'll link it in the description so you can go see it. But they did an awesome job on their questions and their outlining. And one of the things that came up was funny because they asked right to it, and they asked one of the biggest questions was like, they use his quotes. Like, they said, "You said this, so tell me, like, what did you mean about with this thing?" And one of his main things was and I'm sharing it on the wrong screen. Here we go. So, like, the whole
really good interview,
PlayStation and PC. But speaking of acquisition-wise, the last thing that he did was that acquisition of Insomniac. And that was, like, the last thing that he did, his call to arms, right? He did that, and then he left, per their, his discussion with them. But the other thing, too, they asked them was about, do you think about, will Sony ever launch games on PC and PlayStation together? And, his quote says, like, the idea of going to PC. Now, hear this, because remember there was a story where, Sean Layden just wanted exclusives only on his system, but Lion Ryan, or Jim Ness was like, I want games everywhere. Gordon Ramsay, it's raw. Like, he's like, it's raw, Gordon Ramsay. And basically, Jim Ryan wanted it everywhere. Actually, Sean Layden said it was his idea. Like, he would thought of that stuff. So he says, but, however, he doesn't believe so. He says, the idea of going to PC, I don't think you'll ever see PlayStation do day and date on PC. But, never say never. But the strategy as we were developing it, so he was part of developing this thing, was when I was there, that we need to go out where the customers are. These are new fans. We need to go where they are because they decided not to come to my house, so I got to go to their house now. And it's a perfect example. And I think when we discussed about their strategy with Horizon, hey, here's Horizon 2. Let's reach Horizon on PC so those dudes may be enticed to either get involved in Horizon and get a PS5 to find out what happens in Horizon 2, or be aware of Aloy so that maybe they are interested in that character and maybe will, pick it up if it goes to PC with Horizon 2. But one of the interesting things that he didn't say that I remember Sony talking about in their financials was that the PC port for Horizon was so inexpensive to make. Remember the yields on that? Like, they are selling it for $40, $50, whatever on PC. The yield of that price was like, they're making it for like $5-10 of like if they break it down from there. And the profitability of it on PC.
They make so much more money.
Dude, this because they already bottomed, and he said it in the interview too, where he's like they max their customers on the console. They did everything. It's basically in the services. It's given out for free. We're done. Let's go put it now on PC and hit those guys up for $50, for $40. Meanwhile, they just now with this whole development, it's not like a cell architecture switching over to a PC. It's pretty much they could work on it. And now they got a Nexus part of them that they could kind of do this on there, and they can make this game, put it on there while we make a sequel. I don't have to be bothered with it. Let our other studio do it, and now we can make bank on this stuff. And that's what they're doing. They're reaching another market.
They're not doing they're not co-developing a PC version and
not at the same time.
Right.
They're not porting it. And then if you look, all of these games so far that have come to PC have been ported from other studios. They're not the main studios that made the game are not working on these PC ports. So
exactly.
They're definitely not bogging down their primary first party studios with making games on PC. So you're gonna they're gonna make a PS5 version of the game that's gonna fully utilize the hardware. Whereas Microsoft's strategy is this make it on everything, and it shows in the product they're putting out.
Yeah, and again, I'm not a huge fan. Like I do think that and I know that they bother them too. Like when those games went to PC because kind of that IP is going out there. But if they were using it as a fishing, and I always use this analogy, how like Microsoft is chumming the water, where Sony is like identifying the bait, identifying the fish, and they're like, bzz, and they're like fishing for they know exactly who they're trying to get with Horizon and with like Days Gone on. But they know what they're trying to do. Where Microsoft is just like spread everything everywhere, and you see what happens on day one at launches when you're trying to bring out a game on everything possible. That's the reason why Halo Not at Launch Edition exists, because they are spread so thin, trying to make sure all the configurations and everything work, that they can't get all the content optimized for that kind of release across all these devices, across all these configurations of PC, all these console generate. They don't have to. Sony just be like, dude, make it the best game for this console, and then a few years from now, after we maximize these console dudes, you put it on sale, put it in PS Now, then go put it on PC, and it's the waterfall method. It works.
I got a question,
it's how they do everything, and it doesn't. One second, it doesn't compromise the quality or content because they're spreading too thin by putting it everywhere on day one. Yeah, Frog, what was the question?
What's that recent studio they purchased? It was kind of a PC studio.
Nexus. Nexus.
They're not. Yeah, they do a lot of ports.
They do the
ports. That's what I was going to ask. Do you think that's the reason they purchased them to do the ports?
I don't know. Yeah, maybe that's what people said.
That's what. And I read some articles where they say that that's what they're going to be maybe using that studio for.
Interesting. Okay, and the second question to that is, did you guys? Because I listened to the whole thing. Did you hear when they asked them the question? They're talking about cross-gen, PS4 to PS5, and like the same games being in, and how his answer was like the ecosystem. Like, hey, he said, they believe in generations, and they didn't just say and I guess he got to say like he didn't just say PS5 generation.
He said all generations. Yeah,
he said all generations. It was kind of funny.
It was funny.
And I think about it now, like back to that, like like some people saying, they only excuse me. They only want a game to be on PS5. And yes, we do want our games to be on PS5, but I guess when you look at the install base of certain games or the console itself, it kind of does make sense for certain games to be cross-gen. Like, God of War would make sense to put it on a PS4 and a PS5. Gran Turismo, I don't know. Maybe not. But I guess some of the games, Gran
Turismo. I mean, if you look at those games, Gran Turismo games sell like the mainline Gran Turismo games. They're so if you look at it from as a business, it makes sense because they're going to try to sell 15, 20 million copies of that game. You said what now?
What's the install base of PlayStation? Do we know? Like
last number they announced was 10 million. I mean, it's probably more.
No, not PS5, not PS5, PS4s.
Like 115 million.
Jeez, that's a lot of consoles to leave behind. So that does.
Well, that's what he did say in the interview about leaving consoles. They're not going to leave there's people behind.
And you know what? The PS4 never had a mainline GT game. The only thing it had was GT Sport.
That's
So,
true. That is
so they
true. I never thought about that.
you would want to release a game. You wouldn't even have had a chance to see what this install base is going to do as far as purchasing this game. And it's a big Gran Turismo is their number one selling franchise of all time.
Oh yeah.
So
that game
I mean, it make as a if you look at it as a business, it does make sense for them to put it, there.
Yeah, and that was the thing, and a lot of the things that he was saying during there were like things that we kind of speculated and was saying, as Sony's strategy was, like it made sense as a business. And again, he's only speaking from when he was there. He don't know if things pivoted or changed after he left, but you see what the strategy is that they want to spread out, but they're not compromising the quality, and that's the thing that seems to be the main differential. And you could talk that you want better quality, but you have yet to show it. And then you lead with Halo, and you're like, "Oh, we believe in quality games," and it's like, there's a. I'm not saying it's a bad game or what we played, but quality, no, it needs room. It needs a lot of room to grow. But otherwise, I would say like that's the big differentiating factor. But they're reaching out to other customers to try to recruit them to bring them to the platform, or just sell the game there.
It's smart.
It is just sell the game there. So like the thing is that that interview was great. I encourage everybody to go listen to it. A lot of good things came out of there. A lot of interesting things about acquisitions and what goes into them, and just talking a little bit about it. He didn't go into too much detail about it. But, a lot of the things about his statements about subscribers, and one of the other things that we can get into now is the count. He said he threw out a number like, you need 200 million to put big AAA games to be even profitable or something inside of a service. And, and they're like, well, where'd you get that number? He's like, well, I was exaggerating that number, but, I basically, it's a big number that needs to be happening if you're going to be putting, and basically it's just common sense. If you're putting tons of money in the development of a game, you're not going to put it in a budget service. Just like if you make the best filet mignons, you're not going to put it on a buffet line. You know what I mean? Where people could get it for $10. The quality of the food is going to match the cost and the consumption of the customer. So, like, it makes sense. This is the stuff that I've been saying. That's why I was so against of their games day one in Game Pass. I'm like, you mean all of them? Oh yeah, all of them.
Talked about that
3 years ago. I'm like, that immediately takes your games, and now it puts them in like, what are your games going to be look like compromised going into the service? Because I know damn well you're not going to make this expensive ass game that like Sony's been making and put it in a service for $10 or free or stack it for 3 years or anything like that. And if you do make that kind of game, it is going to be compromised either with tons of microtransactions, split into episodes, so that you ensure that I pay monthly subscriptions and paid up for 6 months to make that money if I bought it, all that stuff. And I was like, Halo, if they can't do this to Halo, and they did it to Halo. And hands are off the table, man. Perfect Dark. Same thing with Perfect Dark. Like, now they got Perfect Dark. They got Crystal Dynamics working with them on this one. What is that going to look like? Whose vision is Perfect Dark? Like,
I don't know whose vision that is.
Friggin' stunt double. They got the stunt double funny. Avenger studio to make them something. God damn, like, it's just ridiculous. But anyway, speaking of subscribers, my goodness, I tell you, if you don't get Phil Spencer yet another interview with some, who the hell was he interviewing with now? Who signs this stuff for this guy? Who he was interviewing with? Who was this? I don't even know.
Who was it?
No, it was some lady. It was like some old lady interviewing the two heads of Sony. Phil gets his ass in. Oh, he gets his ass in interviews all over the friggin' place. Like, where the hell was it? I don't even know. It was like the wire. The wire. No, it was the grill.
The grill.
The Raps digital event, The Grill 2021. Who signs up for this shit? I don't. They whore Phil Spencer out like a goddamn friggin' PR man. They're like, Phil, there's an interview with some guy in a Venezuelan camp somewhere. Go, I want you to go talk to him about Game Pass. Get the fuck over there. He got a microphone. He got two YouTubers followed him. He's in a Venezuelan company somewhere. Venezuelan news. Get over there. Like
he's somewhere in a city in Mexico.
He's somewhere in Mexico. He says you're a big fan. He got like 2 followers. He's doing an interview. Go tell him about Game Pass. And then they go fight Phil. They go, oh shit, there's a guy over there. There's a guy in Florida. He had a website called X2X. And we don't even know what it's about, but go. And he goes, hi, I'm Phil Spencer. When I look at Game Pass, I think this guy's like, thanks. And now all of a sudden the Grub and everybody are writing articles about X2X from Florida, some fucking dude down there. Like, I don't know who books Phil. I think Satya just doesn't want to be bothered with it. Satya just goes, you know what? They're talking some shit. Get your ass over there and drop the words. He must have a freaking. I think Phil got a cue card and they hold it up and they go like this: Game Pass, services, games. Make sure you say these key words, Phil, in your interview. And he goes, Phil Ness. I got him, Phil Ness. I take care of it. I don't understand, but he's doing this interview with The Rap. You know what, Phil? How about you do a goddamn interview and you tell the goddamn Xbox fans what the fuck is going on with the games, okay? Don't go to The Rap, the Grill 2021 bullshit jerk-off show. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about over here. And then he comes on there and he goes, sitting at his desk again, his desk with everything behind him except games. He got fucking statues. He got freaking Playboys, all this stuff behind him. And everybody's looking. He got a friggin', I don't know what the hell he has. He's a friggin' like a picture of Aaron Greenberg and shit. And he has no games behind him. Goddamn, no friggin' game. It would be great if he had a fucking shelf of all Xbox games behind him. But no, instead he got friggin' memorabilia and shit. Like all the Phil Ness things that he did. So he sits there in this friggin' interview. And he goes this, and they go like this. He goes, so the guy who's been shitting on Game Pass, the Take-Two CEO, who's been like, you know what? I'm not putting my bullshit in there. It's good for legacy titles. I'm not putting my frontline titles in Game Pass. You know what? And he talks about this consumption, and he's like, this is not like Netflix. Netflix is a linear consumption. It's a multi-consumption. You're flowing through videos, 100 hours. You're just binge watching. And he goes, with games, you play 1 or 2 games a month for 40 hours each. He goes, you're not going through 5 and 10 games and 20 games a month. He goes, you're not doing that. You invest in a game. You take your time in a game. So you don't need 250 goddamn games at your disposal right there because you don't have the time to play all those games because the consumption of a video game is different than the consumption of movies and music.
There you go.
Anyway, he's the anti-Phil. So they got him doing an interview, and then he comes, hey, Phil. He looks down at the bottom square where Phil's there, and he goes, Phil, when the last time we checked these numbers? He goes, I think the last time we checked, we got around 30 million subs, Phil, right? Something like that. And then Phil goes, he goes, the last number we announced was 18 million. And then Zelnick tried to course correct himself. He goes, it's more
that's where that came from.
That's where it came from, man.
Oh.
It's more like 18 million. And so he basically said the last number that we announced was 18 million a year ago, end of last year. This guy's like, so everybody's like, Xbox at 30 billion. And Xbox Game Pass at 30 million.
I kept seeing that.
Listen, Microsoft decided to tell everybody, Satya was saying this number after the financial calls. He would do an interview, and then after the post call, he would then say, hey, we're at 10 million Game Pass subs. Then he said, we're at 15 million Game Pass subs the next quarter. And then he goes, we are at 18 million Game Pass subs. Then they had a one in March. He didn't say anything. They had one in quarterly review in June. He didn't say anything. He had another one coming up. I think three quarters. We're going into the 4th quarter. He didn't say anything. All right. So take it as you want, but they started talking about this increasing Game Pass number. Nobody's been speculating this. They would announce these numbers. So why do you stop announcing numbers after the first year? What happened? And this is not the first year. This is the 4th year of Game Pass. But why do you stop? Either the number's not growing or the number's going down or and I don't know. But the thing is like to celebrate that they're at 30 million when they released games for Game Pass, you could count them on your finger, the ones that are worthwhile for the entire year. One was a Sony game with MLB The Show, which was a huge get, especially at the time for baseball. That was a big get. That was a big move. I thought they were going to start flexing after that, and they didn't. They went down the rabbit hole. But they got that. Outriders was hyped for the demo Kind of reminds you of something else. And nobody played it after the fact. Then they did some of the little indie games, like some little ones, right? What was it? What was that one? Not Celeste. What the hell is it called? It was called the one on the Switch, like old Switch games, exclusive games. Not Hades, but the other one. There was that other one, Eternal. What the hell is it called? It came out in
the Taurus.
No, not the Taurus. It came out in It was like it was the game you were playing on the Switch. That was like a big crazy. It was a RPG type game.
Let me think. Oh, Octopath.
Octopath Traveler.
Yeah,
so that was
game.
a good get. Yeah, good game. So like they're getting the hand-me-downs from everybody else. And then now I guess they got Back 4 Blood coming out, and it's been kind of just like it's been kind and the Ascent they did, but like it's been kind of like it hasn't been like knee breaking in any of these releases. They've been like that's like it's okay. So like to be like we're at 30 million, they like think about what you're celebrating. Are you just celebrating to cheer on Twitter? Or you're celebrating because you generally are excited about the content that they have put in this service.
Yes.
Drives me crazy. Yes.
If they had 100 million, what would that change right now?
Exactly.
Nothing.
What would that change?
Still don't have any games to play.
Exactly. Starfield still comes out a year from now. Exactly.
It's silly. All it is ammo in the silly console war, which I mean, it's fun to talk about it, but at the end of the day, I need games.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. It's fun to joke.
I can't play acquisitions.
No.
I can't play these investor numbers. What am I going to do with that stuff?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't work for Microsoft. I don't have any stocks in there. So I mean, like, I need tangible products in the marketplace that I can play, and they're not giving us that.
Exactly. And that's the thing. Like, so it could be at 100 million. It could be at 50 million. You know what? If it's at 30 million, great. If they announce it, they decide to kind of wrap it up and announce it at the Game Awards. If they're announcing 30 million Game Pass subs without any games, like, if they don't announce a game with that announcement, this is not what you should be celebrating. And the point is that Game Pass also is everywhere. It is on every Windows 10 PC. Every time I boot up my PC, it says, do you want to use that trial? Grinds, do you want to use that trial on that Game Pass? You want to use it? You want to use it? And I'm like, hold. I don't want to use it. They're like, use that game. Every computer I boot up, Game Pass. You got that Game Pass
trial.
trial.
On my Xbox, because my stuff lapsed, they're always asking me, do I want it?
Every
I'm like, why?
computer. And it's built into Windows 11 now. Just like they had it in Windows 10. Dude, the Game Pass is accessible with every cell phone, with strap-ons on iPhones and Android, strap-ons around the world. All right? Strap-ons all over the place. You can play it on your phone, on kayaks. Where is he? We haven't heard him in a while.
I'm trying to use the phone.
Pee-wee has something to say. You got him on all the phones. I don't know where their streaming sticks are. They're coming soon. You can stream. It is on billions and trillions of devices. It is accessible everywhere. They should be growing astronomically if they had the content that people want to play. And only
but
there.
That's the problem. They don't.
They don't.
They don't have
And
the
people
content.
don't. And know what? Even if they have the content there, now you got to convince somebody, don't go buy it. Subscribe. Don't go buy it. Subscribe. That's another battle that they got to fight. Don't pay $60 and get Halo. Subscribe. Season 2 and 1 and 5 and 7 and 12. 10 years of seasons. Can't wait. Subscribe for 10 years. Pay us $180 for the next 10 years so you could see the full breadth of Halo Infinite. I got to pay you $1,800. Get the, that's what they want. 10 years of Halo. I got to pay 10 years of Game Pass to find the full breadth of Halo.
And I think that's why you won't see companies like Nintendo and Sony
Don't
take
pay
this
$60
model because their games sell, and if they did this, they wouldn't exist in the industry because they wouldn't make money. I don't see, a lot of people always say, well, don't worry about their pockets. But I don't see how Xbox makes money with this thing and developers, I don't see how they make money. And people, I think that is a concern for the industry because at the end of the day, it's like when you see things like games going there and they're, how many games have went in there and we're like, yo, this was a great get. They're very few in between.
Yeah, exactly. It hasn't been like this change of like there's been some interesting games. The problem though, when you have a subscription, just like Disney Plus, just like Netflix, it's about consistency. It's about delivering consistent content month after month that people want to play. And I think when the rubber hits the road, when a lot of these stacked deals of 3 years stacked because they upgraded from Xbox Live run out next year, I think when everybody has that $15 a month that he's charging your credit card, I think people are going to question and going, you know what, maybe I'll cancel this month and maybe I'll sign up when a new game drops in here. And then what's Phil going to say? Well, Starfield comes out. Like, how are you going to keep somebody subscribed from when Halo drops? If you're waiting for the games, instead of being, subscribe for Halo in December, and then what? You're going to stay subscribed to play Starfield the next month?
Wait.
Next year?
They got Redfall.
Oh, shit. Yeah, Redfall.
Whatever.
Oh, shit.
But that's even in the summertime. That's 6 months. So I'm going to pay 6 months while I wait for Redfall. I'm going to pay 6 months while I wait for Starfield. People are going to jump on the service and play the big games that they would have rather bought. The only people that are consistently paying monthly after month are the ones that really don't buy games and just will play anything and just like to have that. It's a different customer than what they're looking for.
Sean Layden said it best. He said most people aren't finishing games. He said they just sit there and I think that's the problem with the Xbox and its totality with their first party market. Most people just aren't beating their games. They play them for a little bit, they move on because they've created this model that, hey, you don't need to really, just try this game. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. Move on. Whereas I think, I don't know, maybe there needs to be a because I wonder how many people beat The Last of Us or Spider-Man. I'm pretty sure.
Well, if you look at the percentage complete, that seems to be like the new thing that everybody's checking. That percentage complete stuff.
Well, what I'm saying is like that'd be interesting for that Game Pass model. Are most people beating their games on Game Pass, or they're just dipping into them, dipping out, dipping into them, dipping out? Because at that point, it's like usually when I watch a movie on Netflix, I watch the whole movie or the TV show. Whatever. I just don't sit there and just watch, like part of it and then move on to the next. Like I finish it. I wonder on Game Pass, are people actually beating these games? Or are they just like, we're here?
I don't know, man. I don't know what they're doing. And I don't even know. And we don't even know what the idea of like, is it if they click on something, is if that's success. But my thing is that the delivery system is affecting the games.
What do you mean?
I don't know what Phil considers a sale. Like if you click on it, is
that considered a sale?
I guess.
You're missing the point. It don't matter. As long as somebody signed up for the service, it don't matter what they're playing or if they're playing.
Well, it matters to their matters to their developers, like to their public, like to say, hey, how many downloads you had?
How? What
look at it. Look what Square Enix did. Like they don't even know how many they're not sharing those numbers of how many they sold because. What is that? They have to report those numbers. If they put a first-party game, I get you. Like, yeah, definitely they don't care about that stuff because they're eating whatever the hell that is. But if somebody says, hey, I'm going to take my game and put it in your service, well, you pay me half, but then how do I get paid after the fact? Are you sharing those numbers like extra downloads?
That is interesting.
It wouldn't really.
To them, it doesn't matter because they're getting your money anyway. Like, I know what you're saying.
I think it's more of a upfront amount, more than likely. I mean, we don't know.
We don't know,
each deal is different, but
hiding,
Game Pass,
but
Game Pass needs to fail so it can just go.
And them hiding these numbers, them not sharing these numbers, and being as transparent as everybody celebrates that Phil is so transparent. He's a goddamn invisible man. They don't share these kind of numbers. And you would think I remember when they were trying to promote Xbox Live, they would share those growth Xbox Live numbers every single time because they were showing growth and showing that this is the thing to be on. And the fact that they're being real coy and cautious with how this is growing, and now they're not being. They decide to announce numbers. They don't announce numbers for anything, which I thought it was interesting. Where they started announcing Game Pass numbers. I'm like, oh, okay. So I guess you're gonna play that game right now. But remember, everything was inflated last year due to the pandemic. Everybody lost subscribers this year. And everybody was willing to share those numbers that they lost. Sony said, we lost 10 million people from last year. You know, they said it, you know. But Microsoft, they're like, oh, no, we made 5%. We made a 2% in profit. Well, how many people did you lose? Oh, we don't share those numbers. But the problem is that this service, the problem is that this service is fine for like what that guy says. What is it, Zelnick, for legacy titles, but for frontline titles that cost a lot of money, there's gonna have to be a lot more people in there in order for those games to show up. And if knowing that, and I think that's probably why people are excited that this number grows faster, because that means that they could get bigger games in there. And if you're gonna stand around and wait, you might have the patience, but does Satya have the patience? Does Microsoft Corporation have the patience? That's the thing. Like you look at what happened to Mixer, and I always bring up Mixer. They shut down Mixer not because it was growing. It wasn't growing. It was because it wasn't growing fast enough that they decided to say, hey, this is not where we need this to be right now, and it's not going to get there where we need to be, so we're cutting it. And they cut this because Phil had the quote. It wasn't where we needed it to be at the time that we needed it to be there. It didn't hit Satya's number. Is Game Pass the same thing? And is this Crystal Dynamics deal a way to kind of get Perfect Dark out sooner? Because with 45 people working out there, this kind of game cannot come out. So we need help pronto to get this game out 2 years earlier. Who knows? But the problem is that, and you even look, games coming out, are they making it come out because they need to? Like, you look at Halo 4, it's like Halo Infinite. Why don't you just, like, you know, make sure, why don't you just release this with co-op and everything in February and March? Oh, because you need to make sure that you have a December game in Game Pass. You know, so now are you just rolling this out in December just to get a game in Game Pass for the holiday? So, like, at least somebody could subscribe and you can market Halo with Christmas. Get Game Pass. Play Halo this Christmas. That's a marketing ploy. Nobody wants to get Game Pass, play Halo in February. No, Halo at Christmas. So, like, you got to think, like, are they pushing these games out? They're not ready. It's like pushing out your kid out the door. He's like, has his pajamas on still. You got to get to school. We got to get you. Like, you just push him out the door. It's like, this game's not ready, Phil. It's not ready. Now get it out the door. You know? Maybe they're pushing games out now prematurely. And a game doesn't have to be fully featured and fully all this stuff, because guess what? It's a service game. It'll grow, but we can put the name and say, hey, this game's in the service. They do it all the time. Look what they do with the Game Pass announcements. They basically put like PC, cloud. You got to look at the fine print to find out if the game is actually coming. If you own one of those platforms, like, you got to be like, look at the fine print. Oh, that's just a PC game in Game Pass. Oh, that's just a cloud game. Oh, that's coming to all three things. Like, but when you look at it from far away, it looks like 20 games are coming to Game Pass. But when you look at it closely, you're like, oh, well, that game already came to Game Pass. That's on console Game Pass. That one's on PC Game Pass. That one's just going to cloud Game Pass. So, like, those 20 games, really the only ones that would affect you if you're playing on a console, maybe like 3 or 4 of them out of the 20 that looks. But visually, 20 games coming to Game Pass. Read the fine print, bitch. You know? That game already came out. That game is only on cloud. That game is only on PC. Oh, shit, now when you count it down, it's like, oh, well, it's not 20 games for me because I play on console. It's about 4 or 5 of them. It's all marketing bullshit. And I don't like all the finesse, all this horse shit with it. Just announce the numbers, and my thing is stop capping for the service. If the games are great, people will automatically go there and use it to their advantage. Some people don't want to subscribe for their games. Speaking of subscribing, PS Now, you know, we got to pretend this doesn't exist. Just like xCloud and Luna, and xCloud wins because Luna and Stadia don't exist. But PS Now, for $60 a year, not $180, $60 a year. Well, what's the difference? Day one games. Tell me the last Microsoft Day one game. Flight Simulator? In July? No, Psychonauts. Psychonauts 2?
No,
Psychonauts 2? Well, is it exclusive? Nah, whatever. It doesn't. The last first party game. Oh, shit. They're trying to sell. See? Those Game Pass. Get them, Grindhounds. Get them, Grindhounds. Got him, Grindhounds. Those are the Grindhouse dogs. Shout out to the Grindhounds. What happens? Those door-to-door salesmen try to sell Frog some Game Pass subscriptions. And the Grindhounds get on them. Good job, Grindhounds. I want the dogs in chat, please. Put the dog heads in chat. Grindhounds doing their job. Thank you. Shout out to the Grindhounds. Take away those Game Pass offerings. They're coming around. They know you're at home. 10 o'clock, knock on your door. Sir, can I give you 14 days of Game Pass? Grindhounds are on that shit. Frog's getting them right now. They're biting ankles right now. But anyway, Psychonauts 2 was the last game they dropped. But you can count them on your hand. You got Flight Simulator, Psychonauts, Halo, Forza. Like, you're telling me these 4 games for a year. There we go. They're the horse. They're the dogs. Four games. Like, that's worth $180 for you. Flight Simulator, Psychonauts 2, Halo campaign, and that booty came to the door. And Forza. That is worth the difference of PlayStation Now, $60. You get it for $44 on sale. Has 800 games, 900 games, who the hell knows? But they got all, like, 400 and something of those games are downloadable. And then the other ones on PS3, streaming. Okay? That is PlayStation Now for you. Plus, they've been putting games now. Last of Us 2 is in PlayStation Now. They've been putting their exclusives in there. Now, yes, they're there for a time. They're not in there indefinitely. But it's just another step of the waterfall. All right? We've sold a lot of Last of Us 2s. It's been on sale. You know what? Put it in PlayStation Now. Let it get some traction in there. It's there until like January, February. PS Now is a friggin' I got it for $44 to have access to that stuff just as a backup to get games that I may have missed. That's what I use it for. Just as a backup because it's friggin' so inexpensive. It's the price of for $44. I could basically just have it as a backup. I missed that game. Yeah, sure. But it exists. And they could flip the switch real quick. But according to Sean Layton, I don't think they're going to have day ones in subscriptions. But they already do in PS Plus. That's the other service that they've been dropping quality games in. Like, it's pretty insane how Sony has been doing this. The stuff that people say Microsoft is doing, but Sony's just doing it better in their 2 services that together still don't even add up to the cost of Game Pass for a year. But what's the hype with Game Pass? Day one Microsoft games. That's what it is. Day one Microsoft games. So, where are they? We don't know updates on Avowed. We don't know updates on Fable, Perfect Dark. Yeah, they need Perfect Help. Everwild. The stuff that adds the value to Game Pass, it's a power your dreams. A carrot in the future. Sounds like a pretty good strategy for somebody who wants to keep you subscribed with the hopes and dreams of the future. But I think people are going to wise up. And also, too, you got to look at what Halo's done. The game, everybody hyping that multiplayer, it's not part of Game Pass. It's not part of Game Pass. You don't need Game Pass to play. No,
that's free,
Halo.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it's free. All you need is that $60 campaign that comes in seasons where co-op's not available and Forge not until a year later, 6 months later, whatever. That's the only part that's in Game Pass. So is that going to be big enough to carry it? Is that going to be a 90 Metacritic? Is that going to be like the story of the decade to carry that game only? Because that's what it's going to be measured by. That multiplayer, that's its own thing. Halo is going to be evaluated based on this campaign. And if that campaign, people are saying like, oh, well, there's multiple campaigns. Season 2 is another campaign. And we've done this with CFDs, everybody. We've done this. State of Decay 3, yes, that's another one. But like, Game Pass needs to have the content to sell itself. PS Now, I saw some people in the grind in the chat were like, hey, I'm going to sign up for PS Now for Last of Us 2. There you go. They even doing a 7-day trial. Makes sense. And also, all the stuff that you're getting for it. It's insane. And if they just keep it, and then I think they were saying they were going to start adding PS5 games in there. Sony can flip the script just like Disney did and just say, hey, we're gonna do streaming now because they got the IP. But I would have the same concerns if Sony said we're putting all our first party in PlayStation Now day one. I would have the same problem that I have on Microsoft. I'll be like, oh shit. Well, there goes Last of Us 3 being like what Last of Us 2 was. You know, because now they got to put it in a PS Now service that's $5.99 a month. You know. Exactly. Look at the lineup for next year. I signed for Game Pass. They got me fed until next year. What's your lineup for next year? Redfall and friggin' Starfield in November? That's if it comes out?
Redfall.
You're going to pay $15. Yo. Wait, I tell you, what's hilarious? The people that lived and died on that hill of Deathloop saying it's a Microsoft studio showing quality and Deathloop getting those scores because Redfall is going to be the opposite. It's going to be like the 68, and they're going to be like, it's the B team that worked on that one. Sorry, guys. But you're telling me you're going to pay $15 a month after Halo drops in December, January, February, March, April, May, June, there comes Redfall. Now you're going to pay July, August, September, like for Starfield, which, hopefully they show it pretty effectively next year. That's what it is. Crossfire X is not in there, so I can't even throw that in there. Maybe they add some more Mosquito. Yeah, Crossfire X campaign. Yeah, that's not in Game Pass. But that's been delayed for 2 years. Hell, the games they got this year, Psychonauts 2 and Halo, were last year games that got pushed to this year. It's the B team. That's right. Well, the other thing I'll do before we get into the Halo stuff is and then I got a special segment. So, guys, hit that like button because we're going to go crazy right now. The Grindhouse is going to be on fire. Silent Hills, Konami, Kojima, and Sony. Did you see that thing from Jamatsu or whatever? Jamatsu? So, Jamatsu, I don't know if I'm saying it right. But they basically said that they have insight that Konami is using their IP and coming back to video games after that disaster of that soccer game that had mutant soccer people playing, that free-to-play game that Konami released. That was hilarious. Cross-Eyed Messi. It was Cross-Eyed Messi. Basically, they got some insights saying that they are using their IP. Castlevania, they're saying, Silent Hills, stuff like that. And they're saying that Silent Hills one is a partnership with Kojima since they made amends, and actually Sony's funding it. Now,
interesting.
I don't know, man. All I gotta say is, remember Abandoned? What happened to that game?
I don't know. I mean,
do you think that's the Silent Hills game? I think if they announce this, it's gonna be at the Game Awards show, and that's gonna be Kojima announcing Silent Hills with Jeff Keighley jumping around like a cheerleader. And he's going to announce the Silent Hills game, and that's going to be it.
Jeff Keighley jumping around like a cheerleader.
He's going to be like a star. Oh! Like, yeah, Jeff Keighley will be like giving the googly eyes like a cheerleader. He
doesn't get excited.
He will.
Anything about a Kojima, Jeff Keighley gets so excited.
So anyway, we'll see if that comes around. But guys, hit that like button, because guess what? We're doing the segment that we didn't do last week, guys. We're going to have some fun. We are going to the pool house. Here we are. Oh, man, we're at the pool house.
Who is your daddy?
Oh, man, Arnold's at the pool house, too. Damn. So, all right, everybody. All right. We did this a couple of shows. It's pool time, Buck Roger. Get out the skivvies. Let's go. Put the thongs on.
If you're lying to me, I'll be back.
Put this thing away. This is not worth it.
To the pool house. All right, you know what that means. It is the grinding gears coming here. And it's been updated with some new things. And here's how this is going to go. Frogs and Link, hope you're ready. I know the text. Calm down, everybody. Hold on. Don't throw the friggin' beer at me yet. So here we go. I'm going to tell you what the topics are. Okay? And we got some... The pool house we have celebrities. It's star-studded pool house. This segment, we got all the celebrities here. Topics are going to be the orange section, for those that can't see because of the text. Where is the power with Arnold? Then green was Phil Ness, but now it's the brand new Guess the Phil Ness. So you will get You'll find out. Guess the full nest is the green if you land on it. The blue is Cerny Speaks. The red is what grinds your gears. And the pink, whammy for this week, is Booster. So if you land on the pink, you will be boosted and you will be granted a glorious sound clip of... You get boosted. All right, so you don't want to get the whammy this week. It is the pink. So with that, grinders are ready, man. They are ready. So hold on, I gotta get ready myself here. I gotta. Here we go. Hold the phone. So who's gonna be our first spin? Maybe it'll be Link. Maybe we'll do. We'll do Link this time.
Link's not in here. I don't see Link.
Link left the pool house. Oh my goodness. Link, go. Frog, it's gonna be me and you. We're gonna play this game.
All right, here you go.
Oh man, oh man. Grinders. Wait, hold on. Let me just see here. Wait. Some of the things here. So I'm going around. Oh yeah. Okay, is everybody ready? Frog, we're gonna spin the wheel for frogs. I just was double checking something. Oh yeah, this is gonna be fun. Grinders, get ready. We're spinning the wheel, and let's see what we. Oh, actually, I'm gonna move this over here. There we go, so I can see what the wheel says. All right, here we go. The grinding wheel. Link's doing construction. All right, here we go, Frog. Spin the wheel. What's Frog gonna get? Cerny Speaks. Frog. Ooh. All right. Wait. Well, hold on. Grindhounds. All right. The Grindhounds. All right. Well, we got the segment Cerny Speaks. So, with that, let's turn it over to our special guest. Hold on, Frog.
Hi everybody, this is Mark Cerny here, and I want to thank you for spinning the grinding gear and landing on Cerny Speaks. So, I'm going to take this time to tell you that I told you about that SSD. I said it was fast, but nobody listened to me. People were running around saying I put them to sleep, but I was right. This is Mark Cerny, and you need to listen up because I know the architecture of the PS5, and I've spent years formulating, showing you it's not about the teraflops, it's not about the power or whatever they say over there in that green land. It's about the architecture. It's about the SSD and the throughputs, and I've experienced all this. I didn't use magnets. I don't need people to come out and play with magnets and I give them cereal. I tell you on my podium the science and the technology behind my system. So thank you everyone, and thank you for this time. And this has been a Cerny Speaks.
Wow, Frog. That was awesome. Mark Cerny at the pool house. Cerny Speaks. Listen to the dude. He's serious, man. When Cerny talks, he knew about his SSD. Well, thank you so much, Mark Cerny, for coming on the show.
Why does Mark Cerny kind of sound like Jay Barry? Like Jay Barry.
No, this is Mark Cerny, real deal, Mark Cerny. All right, well, I'm gonna spin this wheel and see what we got going on here. Oh man, Grinders. Who do you think I should land? Maybe we'll do let's see here. Where's my thing? Okay. Spin this wheel. Whew. Let's see what I get. Oh man. Jesus. All right.
Oh, no.
No, I didn't get Booster. We didn't get Booster. I got Where is the Power with Arnold? Oh, man.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. Well, okay. Well, this one's going to go. Okay. Well, let's see where Arnold is. Do we have him? Is Arnold here?
Relax. You've been erased.
All right. Well, Arnold has something to say here.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
What's up, everybody? This is Arnold Schwarzenegger. Not Kermit, so stop that shit. Now I have to tell you something. I want to be thanking Grinds for this wonderful Grinds My Gears grinding gear. But I have a question to say. Where is the power? What is these teraflops and Sony SSDs? You told me 12 teraflops. And these games are running better on the PS5. I used to run Xbox. You didn't know it was...
It's turbo time.
Yes! I told you this. I was sold power. I was sold energy. Like my movie. I couldn't believe it. Phil came out and was telling me it eats monsters for breakfast. I was like, what? I fought monsters in my movies. I couldn't believe this. And then he did the other thing. It monsters for lunch. I couldn't. What? I was like, I need this power. And now I get this machine. It comes in a nice box. But where's the power? Where the textures? I don't think power. This thing is shit. That's bullshit.
Hi, buddy.
Now, Phil, you want to know what? I was.
You're my #1 customer.
And now, it sucks. The power. Digital Foundry is running these videos, telling me that the PS5 has better performance than the Xbox Series X. It's bullshit.
Bullshit.
And thank you for my time here. Oh, man. Arnold. Shit, he's pissed. He wants to know where the hell that freaking power is. Oh, my goodness.
Start growling.
Arnold, calm down. All right, you know what? We'll do a bonus spin. I think people want to see what happens here. Let's just do one more spin for the grinders here. The Grindhouse spin. Let's see what we get. A booster! We got boosted, Frog! The grinders got boosted!
Damn it.
Oh, man. We got boosted. Oh, man. I'm gonna hit one more time. I want one more spin. Where is it? No, we got to... Anyway. We're going to try to... You know what? Everybody came here for one thing. And one thing only. You know what you came for? It's not landing on it.
Oh yeah. I'm back, everybody. This is Phil Ness. Oh, yeah. You know what? I'm so glad about the sections that I didn't announce. I don't need to be spun on to show my Phil Ness. Oh, yeah. It's been some time. It's been a long time for Phil Ness. But let me tell you something. This is Phil Ness 2.000. Yeah. So, let me play this game, Guess the Filmettes. Oh yeah, I got something for you. Do you remember this quote? Some interesting things are changing this year for the briefing this week. I like it when we test ourselves to do better each year. What year did I say that in? Can you guess the Phil is?
Oh man, Frog, can you guess the Phil Ness?
I would say, oh damn.
Some
If I had to
interesting
guess
things
the
are
Phil
changing
Ness,
this year. I like it when we test ourselves to do better each year.
I
Phil,
would say, what's the year the Xbox One X came out? That's the year I'm thinking. Is that 2017?
wrong. Guess the Phil Ness. He says that we test ourselves to do better each year, every year. At E3 was different. That was in good old 2015. Oh, Circle gets the
15.
square.
I should have went with that first.
Circle gets the square. Anyway, that was. I'm so glad that Phil Ness came back, guys. That was the new and improved Phil Ness. Hope you like him, and he might be stopping by.
He sounded like the devil.
A bad one?
Well, the Phil Ness, he sounded like the devil.
Oh man, I don't know. Yeah, 2015 Buck Roger guy. 2015.
Yeah, I should have guessed 2015. That was my first thought, but for some reason, I was thinking when it probably was. You're right. Yeah, 2015. Damn.
Phil Ness came on our show. Yes, it was 2015. He says they want to do better every year. That was 2015.
But doesn't he say that every year?
Hey, dude, 6 years ago he said they're doing better every year. I don't know. Guess the Phil Ness. All right. Well, somebody wanted a cream donut with that. Well, anyway, we are done with the pool.
No.
What happened? Did I miss news?
Cream donut.
All right.
You said somebody want a cream donut.
Oh man, we don't want donuts here. Dead Phil.
With extra filling, no pun intended.
Oh damn. Oh man, at the rooftop party, extra donuts. So with that, we're going to go to the Grindstable. We're going to talk Halo Infinite and Halo Master Chief Collection because we got some stuff to do to wrap this shit up. Yep. So here we go. All right. Yep. So we played a lot. I played a lot of it. I streamed a lot of it. I played a lot of it too. Halo. Oh, you did? You played on the playing on the 1X, right?
Yes, 1X. And my son was playing on the S, so I got to see what it looked like.
Oh.
Whoa.
How's it look on the S?
It looks okay, but you can tell it's running at 30 frames. You can tell it's not 60.
Oh man.
And you can tell it's not. You can tell when I play it on my 1X, I can tell that it's not running at I can tell it's like, okay, this is a high resolution. I'm thinking on that S, I'm like, this gotta be 1080p or 900. It's gotta be like 1080p because it looks kind of fuzzy, and you can tell it's not 30. You could definitely tell. There's no way you cannot tell. You can tell.
Jeez.
Easy. So I feel sorry for all those people out there with those S's.
And that's a next gen console compared to your 1X.
Yeah. My one. Well, no, he doesn't have the Series S. He has the regular S.
Oh my God, the booster of boosters, Booster's child.
Booster's child. So that's why it's so
damn.
Bad. And I must say,
Booster's child.
It doesn't look. Yeah, it's not a look.
I get confused with all these S's and S's and
the names are really messed up. I think they really screwed themselves in the corner. But what I will say is, it looks really good. Because it's running at 14. I thought it was I know it was 60, but I was like, this got to be 1440 or something upscale to 4K. It's running at 1440, and it's 60, and it runs smooth. Other than what was that map I played on? For some reason, when you get on the map, there's one map that's in the desert. It's 4-on-4, and it's you're on the vehicles and the ghosts. And for some reason, that map stutters. But even the big team battle didn't stutter. But it ran pretty smooth. And it seemed like to me it was easy to kill people for some reason. I don't know. Maybe it was just me.
Nah, I still they really didn't fix some of the things they did fix. They added the from this last thing. They added like the running speed. They did that last week too. But like this was the big team battle weekend, and this is kind of the thing that I really wanted to really see, because I love big team battle. And I think this map is a reimagining of Valhalla from Halo 3, because that structure that they have where it's like that jump jet, they jump out the front, that person jump jet thing. That thing was basically it's the same exact structure that they used in Valhalla and Halo 3. If you remember Halo 3, you know that big tall like that silver structure that had the jump out the front. They used to jump.
It's the same thing.
It's the same thing. You throw your mongooses up the front. Remember, like you could roll up your mongoose and then like get tossed to the middle of the field. I played that map so many times.
Did you enjoy? I enjoyed what I played.
It's a good shooter. Like it's a fun shooter. Like it's a competent shooter.
The progression system is what made me be like, wait a minute, like what the hell is this?
Not ready. Yeah,
that's what kind of bothered me.
That's not ready for prime
time.
But I enjoy what I play. Like for a free to play game, like for a game that's like, hey, like if they're like, hey, this is the Halo, and like I guess if you look at it from a free to play perspective, you could be like, hey, this is a pretty competent free to play shooter. Like it's pretty, it's fun and it's Halo. Like but if you look at this for like the next Halo, no way.
This is the next Halo, right? Yeah.
No, it's Halo free to play, and my main issue is that I think they missed the mark in making the whole entire Halo multiplayer free to play and not just a game mode. Like they could have easily took out Warzone. No, exactly, Compost. Competent is not good enough, and that's what's been grinding my gears about this stuff. Is that for the next Halo, competent shooter is not good enough. And the thing is Halo back? I've been seeing people go Halo's back and all this other stuff. But before I get there, the main thing is that there's a lot in here. Like I felt like they should have taken Warzone and maybe made that the free-to-play game, and then they could have made Halo multiplayer with the single player and make that the $60 package and not compromise the multiplayer. Similar to like what they do with Call of Duty. Call of Duty could give you their 15 maps, all their game modes, all their, one in the chamber, all the different game modes, the capture the flags, demo, like what is it? Search and destroy, all that stuff. But therefore they could always then they could always use Warzone as their battle royale free to play model, get the season pass, but then they're selling you 2 season passes and they can have some crossover. Like it's pretty ingenious how they're able to integrate the two of them.
And you know what, Jez? That's why I wanted to have the conversation about why I think Call of Duty still will dominate this year.
Warzone's going to carry people into the cold. Yeah,
Warzone,
but
not only that, this Call of Duty is coming out with the most maps at launch since Modern Warfare 3. 20 maps at launch.
Yeah.
20 maps at launch.
And that has nothing to do with the free to play, the Warzone.
Has nothing to do. Yeah, lots of. That's why I'm like, I think that this may be the Call of Duty, even though it's World War II, and I think it may have some issues at launch. I think this may be the Call of Duty people like, yo, I'm getting this over this or over that because I can just go in there and I can rock out on some maps and play some maps, and there's 20 of them. Then there's all these game modes. I think that Halo, for what it's doing, being on one console, has an uphill battle. And I said this before, and I know people probably look at it differently and say, I just think that if you're going to create a free play model, just put it everywhere. Put it on every console you can. Now, that's not saying that Sony will allow it, but it's just like, how does this game grow being free to play just on Xbox and PC? And how does that market really transition into the player base? Because I feel like we're going to have the same problems we had with Gears, where you're like, yeah, it's here and it's doing good for like the first 3 months, and then it drops off. It just drops off because I don't think they're going to have the content available, and that's the main thing. I don't think they're going to have the content available. And
we don't know how many maps they're going to have. That's what I mean. Right. It's the whole Halo multiplayer. That's why people are going to be coming here going, well, where's Griffball? Where's Oddball? Where's single bomb delivery? Where's single flag? Right. Where's infection mode? Well, like all these going to be ready at launch, like all the modes that people would expect from a Halo game, and not to mention that if they're going to be there, but where is the next version of those? Like this is where I mean competent shooter. It's like I'm not looking for just a competent shooter because guess what? Master Chief Collection It's all there. All the best Halos and the best experiences are all there. Halo 5, the multiplayer wasn't the problem in Halo 5. It was great. It was innovative. They had Warzone. They had the friggin' the arena shooter with that paintball mode where it was like where it's 3-on-3 or whatever like that, and you had no armor. Basically, it was like trying to get that Call of Duty itch. It was that arena shooter. All that stuff was innovative. This is just like
we need more than that.
This is like, oh well, Halo's back. I'm like, Halo's back. Halo needs so much more to be back to what it was. This is just like, hey, we made a Halo game that runs like Halo, and it's like great. Even the map, like you look at this map, you look at what this map that they're showing. Like I said before, we fought in space. We fought on the side of ice cliffs. We fought with rivers. We fought in valleys. Hey, you want to know what? Why don't you introduce a map and maybe introduce boats to Halo? Where's the Mantis? Maybe take the Mantis and it transforms into a Halo motorcycle and a transforming Mantis. Where's the Mantis? That mech thing. Why don't you give me a Ghost that has 2 seats in it? We've been driving the same Ghost for the 20 years right now. We've been driving the Warthogs for 20 years. Why don't you do something different with these? Oh no, where's that? Season 3? Season 4? You're going to make me play the Brute Chopper again? Where is your innovation? Where is the next thing for Halo? Don't give me my first Halo game, because that's where I feel like this is. And I heard some people during a Twitter chat going like, well, they're really marketing, they're listening to the Halo community. They wanted the old stuff back. But then at the same time, you look at the model of Halo, it is on for the masses. It is accessible. It is on phones, PCs. It is on all the consoles. It is on all these devices day one. That's why half the shit's missing. So it's marketed for a bigger audience than the core Halo fans.
So what you're saying is they're spread thin?
They are spread thin, but Frog, why would you listen to this core Halo community that doesn't like ground pounds and all this other shit when you're trying to market this to the masses? When I say that this game doesn't have enough in it right now to be pulling people away from the biggest multiplayer shooters, and Frog mentions Call of Duty. Call of Duty is going to drop an update for Warzone, and that is going to erase Halo from anybody's conversations. I'm sorry to say, that's the reality.
You've been erased.
Warzone update is going to erase it. People are like, oh, look, Halo's more viewed than Warzone this weekend. Warzone's a 3-year-old game. It's going to get an update in another month.
Yeah,
and
it should be.
Sayonara.
I just have a feeling that this game is going to end up in that pile of games that we talked about. And if they don't come out with content fast enough, or the content isn't there at launch, either or. So let's say the content isn't there at launch. If they don't come up with that content fast enough, give this game 3 or 4 months, and we're on to the next, because next year big games are coming out at the beginning of the year. Halo can't afford to not launch with big maps, guns, and like battle modes, and I think that the main problem I had, and once you explained it to me, was how you basically level up. It was just doing the dailies and the challenges and all that weekly challenge. I was like, this is trash. Like, I'm getting kills and I can be at the top of the leaderboard on my team, and it doesn't matter if I get the kills or not, because you got people that will sit in the corner and they're trying to get headshots with pistols, like you said. You got people sitting there trying to pick up rocket launchers and get 3 kills with a rocket launcher because that's one of their dailies. And there's stupid shit like that I don't like, because it doesn't promote good gameplay. It promotes people to do stupid shit by sitting corners. Great, you got radars and all that other stuff, but yeah, you got to deal with people just getting that stuff and they don't want to play the game mode. So you'll have your teammate who's sitting in the corner AFK, waiting for people to run by so he can shoot on the rocket, because he doesn't want to play the normal game because he's trying to knock out his challenges. I think that's a bad look.
Yeah, you want to know what else, too?
I think that's a bad look.
Yeah, well, the other thing is that it even got worse than that, because I thought they were going to be like dailies and challenges and things like that. But it's worse than that, because it only, like, if you have one of the challenges is just finish a game and you get 100 XP, right? That's the only XP you get. You could have stood in the corner and jumped.
That's it.
And you get that 100 XP. You don't, if you, or you could have ran around the map, caught all the flags, got headshots, ran over 20 people, went 50-2, and you're still getting that 100 XP credit, and that's all you get. You don't get any performance boosts. You get nothing from partnering with teammates. You get nothing for doing any kind of like trick shots or any of that stuff. You get nothing. You get 100 points for just finishing the game. Stand in the corner, don't get disconnected. You got your 100 points. You could go take a dump and come back and go, I got 100 points, and just have your guy going in a circle.
I think the one thing I will say about this game, I do think it is fun, but I do think that it's.
But who's
super
sticking around
casual.
playing it, dude? Like who? If you know that what you're doing in the game is just for fun, but that's fine. But if you wanted to get invested in this game, if you really like a game, and I remember the first things we say when we really like this, you go, you know what? I think I can get that battle pass because I think I'm going to play this a lot, right? Well, guess what? If you buy that battle pass now, and now you have $10 invested in here, and the only way for you to get your money's worth is to do your dailies and not perform. You're going to it doesn't matter what you do in the game. It's going to take your desire to do better in the game and not get rewarded for it. Yes, you could do it to have fun, and you're going to do it for a couple of matches, but after a while, you're going to be like, I'm not going anywhere with my leveling up. Like, this is just, like, I got to move on from this. You know?
This is a different Halo, and I know people say Halo, but it definitely is a different Halo. It feels like a different Halo. The time to kill it's really quick to me as far as, like...
I'm doing my dailies.
But there's some problems, like, I had with it. Like when I got the grapple hook, I noticed that I was like, why can't I use a grapple hook? And I realized there's a certain amount of times you can use it. And I was like, oh, okay. So and then it has to cool down. And I guess there's certain things like the big team battle. That map to me wasn't it. I got on the map and I played with some guys, man, and I watched a guy sit there. And I mean, like I said, this game is super. I think it's built for the casual market because I saw a guy. That sat on the back of a turret and just mow people down after people.
So that's
why?
One of the big.
He was on my team, and I was like, "Why these people keep going that way?"
Yeah,
I sat there and watched mow people down. I was like, "Damn, these guys are garbage."
Yeah, one of the biggest things I've realized with the vehicles, these vehicles are they take too much damage. The ghost is ridiculous. You can't.
You gotta jump on it and freaking knock the person off.
Yeah, I don't know if they want you to use the hook shot, which I tell you that is fun though, like using the hook shot and hook shotting people. But like the rockets, even the rockets doesn't destroy the ghost. Like you need 2 rocket hits, direct hits. And when you're shooting the vehicles, like they do not blow up. Like I don't know why they have such damage to them. Like if you had a vehicle, you could own the whole map and just get tons of kills.
This game
it's ridiculous.
It's and I hate to say this again, but I know people are going to say, and somebody's probably said in the chat because I'm not looking. People are probably going to say fun with friends, but I think it needs to be more than that.
The Unknown says fun with friends. Merc says it's the Merc. What's up, Merc? Merc says Halo Infinite is the best multiplayer experience for me this year so far. Well, that's before Call of Duty and Battlefield, Merc. I don't know what other multiplayer do we have already. We really haven't any real multiplayer yet.
I mean, when Battlefield,
it's good shooter.
I think this would be the best shooter for an Xbox exclusive. For a shooter this year, I don't know about that. That's really hard.
Dude, it's been 6 years for Halo, but like
#1 customer.
What? Hey, what's up? Wait, someone came through. I just saw someone come through. Yo, what's up, Game Night? Wait, Game Night says
I'm definitely
$5.
Play it with my friends.
Thank you, Game Night.
I won't.
Yeah,
but I'm looking at my son, and he has the original. He has like original white S, and he's like, it plays good, but when he's playing, I'm like, yo, that's 30 frames. I can tell, like I can really tell, and it looks fuzzy. He's like, yeah. He's like, I'll probably play it and see how good I am, but you can tell like there's some compromise. I don't know how they would get this game to run on an S at 60. Maybe I have to run 720p, but I think all consoles should be running 60. But like I said,
you know what?
Here's my thing.
None of that shit.
Here's my thing. This one kind of slaps me in the face as a console gamer, not a PC gamer, because I can speak from I have an Xbox One X, and I'm running at 1440p 60, and the Series S is running at 1080p 60. People are like, well, it can run 120. I can't stand when I hear people say something can run at 120 when less than 1% of the console market is playing games at 120. Most people are playing at 60.
Dude, that whole 120. Do you know what this game's gonna look like at 120? Like their textures and shit? Yeah, yo, shout out to Game Night. He says, Frog, different games but Halo has an uphill battle. 1 month after, it has to complete. Oh, man. Wait, hold on, Game Now. I'm about to read the super chat, but somebody's trying to sell us Game Pass. Grindhouse got him? All right, they got him. All right, good. Different games, but Halo has an uphill battle. 1 month after, it has to compete mindshare-wise. This is a big point.
Yes.
With Elden Ring and Pokemon, then Horizon, and then GT. Yeah. So he's not even talking about the first-person shooting games that it's in the same environment with Apex.
At the beginning of next year.
You go for it, and then on top of that, you got all the other free-to-play games. You got Apex.
Yeah.
You got Apex. You got Fortnite. You have Call of Duty. You have all this. You got all these other games that are taking people's time up free to play. Because now you got even friggin' what is that game? Warframe. You got free to play games out your ass now. Add this to the list. I think people are gonna play it in the beginning. It's nice.
Number one customer.
And I don't think that they're going. And I just don't know if this is gonna hold the attention. Just like Gears 5. It didn't hold the attention. But wait, I got one more. I got one more. Glinza with the $5. He says older fans of Marvel, Star Wars, Star Trek, etc. have been disappointed with the new stuff, but the sites still make money. Microsoft is following suit. You're right. I think Glinza's right. Glinza does say, he's saying that, about this catering to the older fan base, they're still making money. Like they're just, the people are disappointed and stuff. But I got something to talk about, Glinza, about that thing, because I got to talk about this Halo community because I want to know where the hell they are. I got to start talking to some people.
My whole thing
is, Frog, what are you saying?
They're not a Marvel or Star Wars or Star Trek. It's a little bit different.
Well,
what I was going to say is, and my point was I trying to make the point is, I do think that Vanguard is not the best looking game as far as Call of Duty, right? We all know Call of Duty's going to have big numbers, right?
Vanguard.
And Battlefield. As long as Battlefield plays well, I think it'll do okay. Vanguard's going to just be big numbers. And in the fact that, we mentioned a whole bunch of games on that list, this game does have an uphill battle. My biggest thing is, and I guess this is my thing, it goes back to this game is free to play. So how many, now mind you, it's free to play. So how many people on PC are going to play this? Because there's a large market.
Well, I think that's where a lot of the appeal is coming from, is a lot of PC guys that didn't play Halo 5.
How many consoles? Because we don't know how many Xbox Ones have sold. I'm guessing, if I had to guess at this point, I'll guess 60, 65 million at this point. I'm being nice.
Wait, what do you mean? 60, Xbox One X's?
Xbox One. No, just Xbox One's
period. One. Oh, Xbox One. All right.
I would guess at this point, maybe they sold 65 million at this point. Maybe, right? And that's being generous. Because I don't even know if but let's just say they sold 65 million. And let's just say that people haven't been able to get an X or an S, Xbox Series X or S on their hand. And let's just say they sold, I don't know, let's just say 4 or 5 million of those, right? Half of what PlayStation sold, probably. So let's just say let's just say 70 million consoles in total, plus your PC gamers. Hopefully they can have, easily like 10 million people on this game since it's free to play. That's what I'm assuming it would have, 10 million players. But I know that Microsoft isn't keen in sharing their metrics of they're only going to mention something if it's good. And I think what Halo is, and this is the biggest thing that's going to really make or break Halo, it has to come out with the maps, like at the equivalent of the big shooters, and it has to come out with the modes. So if it can come, Call of Duty's coming out with 20 maps. And
but I don't think they're going to do that. Now, free-to-play games, they kind of keep it like they want to focus
my whole thing is, if they come out and they like, we give you 8 maps. I would say a good amount of maps.
You mean, arena maps? 8 arena maps?
Okay. 8, and let's just say 8 arena maps, right? And then 8 big team battle maps. I think that's enough. But I don't think they're going to do that.
Well, we already played 4 of the arena maps.
And how many big team battle? 2?
1. This one.
Oh wait, the other one wasn't a big team battle.
No, that was an arena map. That was an arena map.
So let's just say there's 5 maps. So let's say if they give you another, 4 or 5 maps, that's not enough, because that's going to get stale. And the reason it's going to get stale is, and here's the other thing. I'm banking on too, and I hate. The single, we're talking about multiplayer. We don't know.
Grinders, you think 8 and 8 is enough? I think 8 big team battle maps
is enough.
Dude, I don't know. 8 big team battle maps sounds like a lot. I think that, I don't see them releasing that many. But I think they're going to do like 3 big team battle maps. I don't know, man.
That's not enough. Big team battle maps, they need a good amount. Whether they remake some of the ones.
We don't know what they're going to launch with, though. Are they supposedly going to launch with like arena mode? It looks like they're going arena mode, which is what we played, and big team battle. So like,
where's my eyeball?
I don't. They show up in arena mode. Griff Ball and Infection. Maybe they show up in arena mode. But I don't know, man.
I don't know if Halo fans feel the same way as you do. I told you I'm a huge Halo fan. Like,
we got the game night. Thank you, the game night, for the super chat, and we also have gaming night. They're doing themselves a gentleman gesture, gentleman's handshake.
So my whole thing is,
thank you to both.
I know I'm a huge Halo fan, and the thing is, I want this game to be successful. I want Microsoft's Xbox to be successful, and it's never going to go back to the heydays of 360. But I think this the way they
wait,
things.
Frog, no, don't give me this freaking kumbaya shit. This is the thing. No. Halo needs to deliver. All right, Halo needs to deliver. No, we need competition to make Sony. Screw Sony. Microsoft, this is the best of the best. It's simply the best. This is the creme de la creme. The house that Halo built. The Xbox would not exist without this franchise. This is the game.
42 million. Damn.
Who's 42 million? Oh, shit.
No, somebody said 42. I would hope they sold more than 42 million consoles. That's bad. Well, I guess considering,
this is the best of the best. This is the thing. This is the creme de la creme for them. This is the brand name that put the mark on Xbox. For this game to be free to play is a big thing because they can market this to everybody and everybody can have access to it. Everybody who's like, I never play Halo. Now it's accessible to all these people.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Mark said Call of Duty launches about 8 to 10 maps. Yeah, but they already said they were launching with 20 maps.
But also, Call of Duty is a yearly franchise, and Halo has been in development for 6 years since the last Halo. Of course, and Halo is also it's 6 years in development. And for one game, this is not. It's 6 years. And since the last Halo released, how many friggin' Call of Duties have we had? Holy crap! We had Call of Duties with no campaign. We had Call of Duties with Warzone. We had Call of Duties complete with stories. They went back and forth for Call of Duty.
I don't know anybody who shouldn't. We should all hold Call of Duty. I'm not Call of Duty. We should all hold Halo to a higher standard.
Of course, it's the exclusive franchise. Halo has to be.
This is the pinnacle of Xbox. This is make it break it to me in a lot of ways.
This is a 6-year-old game. This is 6 years.
I just think that this game, it has to succeed. And I want it to succeed. Beyond that, I want other games. But it's not like success and ooh, I just kumbaya. I want competition. And if you're bringing
this is their God of War. This is their Nathan Drake.
Yeah.
When Sony comes out and says, here's God of War, Xbox fans got to go and be like, well, here's our Halo. And that's the thing, because this is it.
Hey, Tech Hack, you're looking out.
This is it. For
it was announced at a tech at Epic that it was 42.
Oh, yeah, maybe
million. That's bad.
Well, yeah, I don't know what the hell it is.
I'm sorry. That's what I'm thinking of. The Switch is at 80 million. My bad.
But what I'm saying is that this game, it's been years of development. Nonetheless, it has a year delay on top of the years that we have waited for this game. A year delay of this. They did nothing with the Halo franchise in between since Halo 5. They didn't give us ODST. They didn't give us Reach. They didn't give us any kind of middle of the road Halo to hold and whet our appetite to wait for this game.
I'm starting to think
they did nothing for that stuff.
Because they did the same thing with Gears. When they released Gears 4, and look between Gears 4 and 5, and then look when 5 came
At least they did Hive Busters with 5, though.
But okay, look how long it took them to do that. What I'm saying is, look at 4, and then between 4 and 5, and then 4, it's kind of like I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on over there. I don't know what kind of management they have. All I know is I want this game to be successful. I want it to be good because I want to invest time in it. But I think there's going to be a lot of problems at launch.
It's a good shoot. It's a good free-to-play game. That's the thing. It's a good, but it's But good for Halo? Like, oh, it's just good? Halo multiplayer was revolutionary. And if you look at it from the history of Halo, Halo 2 invented the party system. Halo 3 came and brought equipment, effective equipment. ODST, like, they evolved this franchise. Halo was a leader. It wasn't a follower. It wasn't just an okay shooter. If it was, I don't think Xbox wouldn't even be here today. Halo was a leader in multiplayer gaming. So to have a multiplayer game come out from them, 6 years in the making, its own thing, not tied to a campaign, its own free-to-play thing, and to have it just be like, hey, yo, it's solid, a good shooter, hey, it's okay, hey, I'll play it. That is like, that's not going to do it, especially in this competitive market. Back in the day, Halo was it because there wasn't a lot of games like it. There wasn't a lot of shooters. There wasn't those community things. Now, every goddamn game has a friggin' community, has some multiplayer, has this. There's so much competition right now that Halo needed to be the next big thing, not just it's solid.
Right.
And again,
right.
I think also people are prematurely going Halo's back right now because I could tell you tons of things from playing this game that it is missing, but I will be blasted saying that it's only a tech alpha. However, I could go out and say Halo's back and everybody will champion that. Nobody says, hey, how can you make that call? It's just an alpha. So I think both are prematurely going like this. That's why you got to wait to see. But one thing I want to show is that I needed a good little palette cleanse when I was streaming yesterday. And I went back to Master Chief Collection to see if the things that I was seeing in Halo Infinite were actually like things that I remembered from Halo 3 and Halo Reach. And I was like, let me go back and see. And you know, you saw the big team battle. Now, here we go with Halo. This is Halo Reach. And one of the things that I noticed immediately is the intensity, the sound, the effects. The gameplay just seemed a lot more exciting. And I felt like Infinite was very kind of desolate, empty. I feel like some of the I just didn't feel it.
With some things taken away.
It's Halo 5 devolved. Like it's Halo 5 with things taken away. And you know, they you know, I'll just show you.
I kept trying to boost dash and freaking shoulder charge. I was like, what the hell?
They took that out because they said the community doesn't want it. The community. And every time you complain about something in Halo Infinite that they went back on, it's always the Halo community. This group of people that I guess went after them after Halo 5, which, you know, the multiplayer nonetheless, I didn't think was a big problem. I thought they kind of satisfied every itch with Warzone. They handled the rec packs. They did the arena shooter. They did, I think they did. Yo, what's up, C Nation? How you doing? You know, I think they did a decent job in trying to satisfy the Twitch shooter, the big team battle lover, like, and with Warzone and the escalating stuff.
It's very different than the Halos from back in the day. It's definitely because I don't know, like me and my son, we both played and we were beasting. Like we were freaking.
It's easy.
When I was like, yeah, it felt really easy. But like the older Halos, it was more skill based. I think this Halo is not as skill based to me. And maybe I'm wrong. Like maybe I'll get there and I'll get destroyed by some great Halo players. But the people I played against, they were horrible. Like it's like they didn't comprehend, like, take the shield down and go for the head. Like I was like, oh my God, what are my teammates doing? Like the kills are easy. I'm getting double kills and my teammates are struggling. But then there again, they're sitting in corners doing their freaking dailies and all that shit. I saw them doing it. And I was like,
you saw them doing the dailies.
So my whole thing is like, this is a game I definitely want to play with friends. Like I can't wait to play with Merc and you and whoever else, like in the big team battles and all, because we'll dominate because we are going to coordinate. But
yeah,
I think that this game does have some elements missing from it that, you know, Halo had. And
I also feel like there's very big hitboxes too. Like everybody just seems to be big, bulky, and easy to hit. Like everybody just glows with this big ass shield. Like I feel like the hitboxes are very big. Like it's just.
Well, I will say it's one thing that they can't take away from it now that they did it and they can't go back because they did this blue and red outline. They can't take that away. It has to be an
I know. I don't like it
because now I don't like it either, but I'm getting used to it. Because at first, that's why I was like, "Yo, who am I shooting at? Why is my teammate?" It wasn't my teammate. It was, and I got used to it. And I was like, "Okay, look for the red outline, red outline, red outline." And I had to keep my mind thinking. So yeah, I think once you get used to that, you're good. But on the flip side, it's kind of like, yo, it'd be nice if, yes.
You want to know? Oh, probably cut out. Hello? Well, while Frog's trying to find out what the mic is, but one thing I want to show is that here's something that's in Master Chief Collection. So after you finish your Master Chief, yeah, Frog, you're back now.
Yeah,
I'm just showing. Okay, that's all right. I'm going to show this pod here of Halo Master Chief Collection. So after you finish Halo Master Chief Collection, look what's in here. This is from 343, the same people that made Halo Infinite. Look, there is a whole XP system. Let's see what you get. Match completed XP, performance XP, melee kills, double kills, and what else do you get? Teamwork kills, wheelman, driving the car, Avenger. Look at the XP, right? How is it in Master Chief Collection but not in Halo Infinite? 6 years later. How the hell is this? And this is just Master Chief Collection. They had a whole leveling up system in all the other Halos. Phil Ness got the frogs. But yeah, here's your XP system right here. 343 did it. Why is it not available at launch? When's it going to be available? That's going to be a huge deterrent. I'm telling you, yeah, you could jump in and fun with friends. Have a great time. Who's buying the battle pass? Nobody? Okay. It's fun. You want to do it again? Yeah, sure, it's fun. So this whole culture of leveling up, XP, double XP, get some drinks for XP. We live in an XP world. You want to be rewarded. It's not just about playing the game. Call of Duty, the original Modern Warfare, changed that on everybody. They made leveling up a thing. Prestiging, unlocking stuff, getting rewarded for leveling up. Hell, Halo 3 had it. You got the flaming helmet, the ODST helmets. You got rewarded for leveling up. You're telling me now it's just fun with friends like Sea of Thieves? Sea of Thieves, basically, you could buy stuff from the store from what you did. There was no progression. That's the thing. That XP is going to be essential to people continuing with this game and being serious about playing it. If you just want to jump on with friends, play it. That's probably what I'm going to do. But until they fix that XP, there's really no investment unless I'm having a blast and people getting together. But yeah, free to play is the reward. That's right, Captain Crunch. But that's the issue. Is are you really going to have an investment? You're not going to be leveling up. And that is a huge misstep. Nonetheless, that is just a black eye to a game that needs life. It needs the next big thing for Halo. And if you look at it from that perspective, and that's what I'm looking at it as hey, how's this the Halo? Halo was an event. Halo was the thing. And when you look at this, it's it's good. It's Halo. Okay. I'm driving the same vehicles, the same guns, even the new guns. I think the hook shot is probably the best thing they added. They should have. I think they should have it on everybody, because you could hijack, you could get to areas, you could grab equipment. It's multiversated. You could use that. It's versatile. It could be essential equipment for the game because the other equipment sucks ass. I went back to Halo 3 just to kind of see how effective that equipment was. And I have it right here. And like I said, the whole collection of the best Halo games are right here. You're right. Compost Smurf, I call that out. That new shotgun is dog shit.
You heard me right. Con men, thieves, degenerates, lowlifes, thugs, criminals.
3 shots, 2 shots for that friggin' shotgun. That bulldog sucks. They got to fix that. But now, hey, look at this. This is Halo friggin' 3. Okay? The utilization of the equipment, the things like using the energy shield, the energy drain, look at this game. Look at this. This is Halo 3. We're on the side of ice-covered mountains with pelicans going back and forth. Halo 3 came out in 2007. This is a 2007 game. What are we doing here? Halo never had an issue with the multiplayer. This Halo community, go stick with Master Chief Collection, because they got to bring Halo to the modern times. They got competition, okay? They got people's mind share. Nonetheless, they were going to release this game with the console. So obviously, Halo franchise holds some value to the company. You don't come out on a whimper. You come out with a bang. Because if you're not going to come out with a bang on Halo, and what are you going to come out with a bang with? Perfect Dark? And what do you people want to say? Well, you know what? The God of War community, I'm sure, was real upset with God of War. That's not my God of War. I'm sure the community for Battlefield is like, oh, I don't want weather in my game. What? Merc, you're crazy, Merc. You're going to go right back to me. Don't worry. I'm not falling for that one, Merc. Merc said he uninstalled Master Chief Collection. Are you kidding me? No way. Get the hell out of here. That's insane. How can you... Halo Master Chief Collection, the best Halo games there. Halo 5... Halo Infinite does not... I don't even think it holds a candle to any of those multiplayers. Halo Infinite is not Halo 3, because I played Halo 3 right there. Halo Infinite is not ODS, is not Reach. Halo Infinite is Halo 5 without all the armor stuff. That's what it is at its core. It is scaled back, a step back from the last Halo game. It's scaled back. Look how ambitious Halo 5 was. It had everything in it. Halo Infinite is not that. And I think people are comparing this to like 10-year-old Halo games. Meanwhile, Halo Infinite, like, it's just a watered down version. The destruction, the destruction of the vehicles, the arena. Look, this is the little arena here. Look at the equipment being utilized here. That's the energy shield. So that's an energy thing that gives your team health. When somebody drops that equipment has impact on the game. There's the energy drain right there. When somebody drops the bubble shield, that has an impact. It changes the dynamic of the level. When you drop one of those paper bullshit shields, does that do anything? In Infinite, when you drop that bubble shield there, that changes the game. People got to come in and melee you, or they got to stand out there and wait for the shield to go away. You do an armor lock in Halo Reach. People try to run you over, you do armor lock, they blow up. Somebody's killing you, you do an armor lock, they wait for you to do that, maybe your friend come and gets them. They're game-changing equipments. They're game-changing, they impact the game. You could run through a whole game of Halo Infinite right now and not even care about the equipment. If you want to play with the hook shot, you can. But the equipment in Halo Infinite is very uninspired. The only thing that's good is the hook shot. That impulsive thing, I think it needs a bigger range and it needs to be more powerful. And it needs to show something what it's doing, because I don't think you could really tell what the impact is going to be of it, because the range of it is very close. Like, you got to really time that before getting hit to use that stuff. It could be fun, but it's not impactful. That shield thing, the tack thing to find people where they're located that you shoot out, like, it's lame, man. The equipment is lame. And that's the thing. Halo Infinite seems like we did it, guys. We did Halo multiplayer, and they stopped there. They didn't innovate. They didn't change it. They didn't add anything. They didn't do anything to make this the next big thing. And that's what it needs to be in order to be impactful in this environment. Especially for a game that's been in the waiting for 6 years. And especially for a game that we have no clue what the hell this campaign is going to be because they've been hiding it. So there's a lot of things. There's a lot of question marks here. It's a free-to-play shooter. It's great. I'll try it out. Whether we're going to stay months on end, I don't know. I plan on, if Battlefield looks good and it's what they show, I don't know. I don't trust EA either. But like that game, you know, I'm excited about Levolution and even not even the gameplay itself, but the stuff that they added, like going back and playing all the other Battlefield maps and people's custom things and stuff. They don't even have Forge mode in here that people could at least make the games that we could play if they don't have them ready to go. Because Forge could have kind of alleviated a lot of the missteps of not having stuff at launch. But they don't even have Forge at launch. So people can't even make the maps that we want, the game modes that we want, the features and stuff that maybe 343 just didn't deliver on. That mode's not there. So we are solely at the mercy of the service, at the mercy of the game. The explosions suck, yes. And I'm hoping the graphical things fix. Like it's very look at Halo 3 right here. The impact, the explosions, the chaos, dual wielding. I thought this would be a great opportunity to bring back dual wielding. No dual wielding in this game. The only weapon that I really like in Halo Infinite that I think they did improve on is the pistol. I think the pistol is great in Halo Infinite. I like it. It's better than these pistols. They shoot too slow. The Magnum was in Halo 3. But Halo just like, man, there's something missing to it. Man, dual brute shots. Boom, look, one kill, and I get him again. But like, it's a little lifeless. And that's what I'm gonna take it as. Like it's just a little, it's a little lifeless right now, what it is. And it's not really back. Like I wouldn't consider it being back right now. I think it's too early to call, and I think we need to see what it's going to ship with and how it's going to be a compelling package on December 4th. You know, just like I'm not going to say here, come out here and it's trash or it's garbage. It's a competent shooter, but I'm not looking for a competent shooter. I'm looking for the next Halo. You know, maybe some people are just like, hey, it's a game Halo and it's decent shooter, it's good. Woohoo! Like here with this bubble shield. Dropped it. Changed the game. I can't shoot that rocket launcher in that bubble shield because it will blow us up. Because it is a stalemate. So comparing it to the other Halos, that's why I want to, and you know, it kind of reminds me of this whole thing of like Phil Spencer saved Xbox, and then we go back and look at the games that were released prior to him or early on and look at what's coming out now, and we say Phil Spencer saved Xbox, and now we're coming out here and saying Halo's back, and then you go back and look at the other Halos, and I'm like, they were so full featured, they had so much stuff, and for the time, that was lights out, man. For the time, they even have tons of stuff for them now compared to what games come out with. And at the time, this was just the creme de la creme. And going back and looking what Bungie gave us and what they did, and even the Master Chief Collection, you could easily go back. The best Halos are right there. Your big team battles, your Forge, your firefights. Where's Firefight? That's their wave-based mode that they took Horde mode and they evolved Firefight. That was an OD. That wasn't Reach. Do we have a Firefight in Halo Infinite? I don't know. Is it not at launch too? I guess so. They never even talked about it. But you could sit here on October 4th and say Halo's back when we don't know anything about it. We know nothing about the campaign. We know nothing about it. And what we played is just a little taste of what it is, because they didn't show anything about it. They haven't even talked about it. Firefight Forge we know is not there. Co-op's not there. Co-op against bots is not there. We know everything that's not there. Why don't they come out and tell us what is going to be there? And stop hiding Halo. Because that's what they're doing. And that's just my feeling about it. Because I'm disappointed in the fact that this is all we got. But then everybody's like, then there's a lot of people that are just like, Halo, it's back. That's it. Like, okay, enjoy. I'll talk to you in January and February and see who's playing it still. Because right now, it's not ready for prime time. And you welcome to go look and watch my video of this, of Halo, and you can make your own call. Mute my ass on this thing. Don't listen to me. And just watch. That's what I'm doing here. But just watch. Go back, even better yet, go back and play it. You have an Xbox, you have a PC, go play them. And then go play Halo Infinite. Yeah, it's faster. Yeah, it looks a bit better. What's up, Nassim? But there was a viscerality to it. There was an intensity. There was a oh shit moments. The vehicles blew up. The vehicles flipped. The vehicles did their things. Like the Halo physics were crazy. And then you look at play Halo Infinite. The only time I had an oh shit moment in Halo was really messing around with the grapple shot and hook shotting somebody, grabbing their, hook shotting them and getting into their car or hijacking them with the hook shot. That was the best thing. You want to see something crazy? Like, you want to talk about, like, battles? Like, look at this. Like, I got the fusion coil because that's another new feature, right? Look at this thing. Like, they got, like, first off, the hammer, right? Like, look at this hammer here. Look at the effect of it. It is just like the Craig hammer. I hit the ghost with it. It didn't do anything to the ghost. Like, like, and then watch this thing. Like, this is the new thing now. You could grab the fusion coil and throw it. Where's that? This is where I throw it. Here's the fusion coil. This is a new feature. Halo Infinite. Look, watch this explosion. Oh, did I throw it the second time? Here, watch this. Here. The explosions. My goodness, they're so empty. There's no smoke. They got a lot of effects. Look at the flames here. It's a fog coal, man. It's like a light bulb. That fusion coil. There was one I threw right next to the guy. It looked like a little light bulb. They got a lot of work to do. They do have a lot of work to do. And it's disappointing. And that's the thing I'll take from it. It's just that I'm looking for the next Halo. Trust us, when you play this holiday, it'll be a visual. Oh my God, did he quote to say that? Dude, that's the other thing. Like, we really need to see, again, I just can't believe how uninspired it is. And that's where they need to fix. And I think it's too premature to say that it's going to be trash, and it's too premature to say that it's going to, Halo's back. I think that it's a good starting point, I guess, for new people. But if you're coming in expecting the next big Halo, then what's up, Nimpo Sama? How you doing? You're expecting the next big thing, like 6 years in the making. New engine. Slip space. Shit space. Engine. Like, this is a new engine, too. Like, how does it look? Like, on par or still rough? It's a brand new engine. I don't know. No tree dynamics. No, like, I was looking at some other maps on Halo 3. Like, there were leaves coming down. So, hopefully, they got a lot of polish and spit shine on this. But it's just disappointing. It's just I'm just watching it, and I'm just like going back and playing the other Halos really showed like, come on, what are we doing here? Fired up, just quiet, yeah. It's disappointing. Like, it's disappointing. Like, I played a lot of it because I wanted to see each update, what they were going to add and what they were going to do. And I was like, where is it? Where is it? Because they've been in such the dark, man. They've been so quiet about this thing. This is Halo, man. Halo year. Little explosion. Oh. Well, hopefully they fix it all. The one thing I have to say is the gleam of light is that the maps that we played on from the other preview got better textures and better looking, even though the fruit still disappears. And still the effects are not that great. But the map looked better than the first time I played it. This Big Team Battle map was pretty rough looking. So hopefully they fix it and they make it better. And, you know, they put the polish and stuff on it. But beyond the graphical limitations of it, the graphical things. Yeah, watch this, Buckshot. Watch this. Right, yeah. Look at this freaking vehicle. I know, I'm probably delayed. I'm looking at the wrong screen. But beyond that, where's the new shit? Where's the new stuff? Where is the, oh my God, this is what Halo Infinite is about? That's what we need. And you want to know what's interesting? Then I'm not going to get loud. I'm not going to go wild. But you know what's interesting is that it's this hype, the new engine. Halo's back. It's launching with the 12 teraflop beast. Oh man, you guys don't know what's coming. Halo's coming. This is Halo year. And you keep building hype. Then all of a sudden, they decide to show Craig. And show that whole single player, which basically a lot of again, that single player had the same thing. The AI, it was very lifeless. And a lot of that is spilling over to what I'm playing. Like, it's just the environment. It's just... And this is where I mean, when we sit here and look at these Xbox studios and go, Perfect Dark, Fable, stuff like... You're waiting all these years, 5 years, 4 years, 6 years. Here's Halo's finally revealed. New engine. 3 years teased. They teased this game for 3 years. 2019. 2018, the new engine. When they announced all the studios in 2018, that's when Halo was teased with that. I'm not going into song with Elton John. But yeah, that. Since 2018. To come to this and be like, it's good. It's okay. Accepting the bare minimum. Accepting mediocrity for the premier franchise. And saying, it's fine. I was saying about that XP system, I was told, it's not a problem. No problem at all, sir. Not a problem. Halo innovated. This is like, hey, my first Halo game. We did it. It's meh. Exactly. And that's what it is. It's not bad. It's not good. It's not bad. It's not terrible, and it's not the best. But Microsoft knows multiplayer games, right? Xbox, they're the premier multiplayer machine. This is your time to flex that. I just don't get it. And I'm sure if you're in a group with like 12 friends running around and stuff like that, it's fun. But like, it's like, okay, yeah. Every night? 20 nights? You want to stream it? How many people watch? I don't know if that's important. But I just don't. I need a hook. I just don't see it yet. I kept jumping on to see if they were going to add that new thing, but they didn't. There's a vehicle. That's like a mini Pelican type thing. You see how smooth it was running? It was running in the thing. But no, what's crazy, and the last thing I'll leave you guys with is that I was having a blast in Halo 3 and in Halo Reach. And on top of that, we'll see what Battlefield turns into. You know, I don't know, man. I'm going to be real interested in Battlefield. But, you know, I'm definitely going to play this. Like, I'm going to have it in, like, you know, hopefully they add some really cool maps, some cool weapons and stuff. But again, and this is the other last caveat, even if this game was a 12 out of 10 game of the decade, it's still a free-to-play game. Does it move consoles? Does it do what Xbox fans want it to do? It doesn't. No. It doesn't. Because you don't need an Xbox to play it at launch. You don't need, like, this is the whole problem. Even if this game was lights out, because I know a lot of people want Halo to be back so that Xbox is back. And that correlation's not going to happen because of the decisions that they made.
Let me ask you a question, Jez. Do you think they're going to review the multiplayer separately from the single player in my Halo?
I think they are. They should if they were journalists, but who knows about journalism anymore? Yeah, they should because they're two different packages. One's a $60 one's a $60 product, and one's free.
But you know why I think this game is going to score well as far as multiplayer, because it's casual. And
yes,
a lot of these journalists
it's casualized. It is. Yeah.
So you know, it's not like back in the day. You know, the Colin Moriarty's. You know, when he was playing hard games. You know, I can respect his game, and like he played games that were hard. And a lot of these journalists are super casual. I just look at some of those guys at IG, and I'm just like, man, these guys really don't play games like that. Yeah. So hopefully they give it to somebody who's actually a fan of the series and a fan of shooters, and can relate to it. But I think this, because it's super casual and because it's easy, they're going to score it well. I don't think this game gets anything below a freaking 8. As far as multiplayer story mode, I don't know what's going to happen.
That's going to be that's going to be interesting. But with that, we're going to wrap it up tonight. I want to thank everybody for coming through. Thank you to No Cap Podcast as becoming a new VIP grinder. And thank you to all the super chats and to the grinders in the Grindhouse tonight. It was a wild show. Hopefully you did like the Poolhouse and our special guest that we had of Cerny and Phil Ness, and Arnold swung by. For that, I want to thank everybody for coming through. And with that, Frog, tell them where to get you and they can find you, and we'll wrap this up.
It's at Frog's Dreams, 2 G's on Twitter. Shoot, I sit in the spaces and listen sometimes.
Oh my god, that's a podcast for another day, dude.
That's a whole nother conversation.
That's a grinds my gears session.
All I can say is, man, sometimes I just leave those spaces. I stopped listening to a lot of podcasts because it's got to the point where the disrespect is so ridiculous, and we don't just need to go to each other. It's just gaming. We can have conversations, and even if it isn't gaming, like there's a sense of respect you can have for somebody. But I think people all I'm gonna say is, wow. We can do better as a community. We can do better.
I know it's a disaster right now. Like some of these things are.
I know I'm going to start streaming more. I've been playing Tales of Rise, and I'm pretty sure nobody wants to see me stream that game because they're going to be like, this is boring. Even though I think the story is interesting. I wouldn't stream that game just because I don't think people want to see that being streamed. But I think I'll start streaming some other games as the year continues. You know, I'll probably do some Death Stranding. Even though I beat it because I'm gonna play it again. It's really good, and I've seen some things that people have been streaming, and I definitely am interested in streaming Halo. But I'll be honest with you guys. You can laugh at me if you want. I don't know how to stream on my Xbox. I know it's just
You
Twitch.
can't stream to YouTube. You don't can stream to Twitch.
Yeah, but I'm like, how the hell do I do it?
You need a capture card and a PC to stream to YouTube from Xbox.
No, I thought you could stream directly from your Xbox.
No, you could stream to Twitch from your Xbox, but you can't stream to YouTube from your Xbox.
Yeah, okay. How do you stream from? Okay, can you stream to Twitch from your Xbox though?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
You have to download the Twitch app and go through the Twitch app and do it.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, it's not integrated. Yeah, it's not integrated into the dashboard. Like you just hit broadcast on PlayStation, you go either one of them. Yeah, you can't do that on the Xbox. You got to use the Twitch app, and you have to log into Twitch and then start the streaming from the Twitch app in the Xbox as an app, and then it'll stream one of your games that you're playing.
Damn, now I gotta go figure that shit out. I guess I'll YouTube it. Because I was trying to stream a game the other day. I was like, how the hell do you freaking stream?
Yeah.
Because, you know, on PlayStation, it's so easy. You just press a button. It's integrated. If you have your wow, Xbox, you need to get your shit together.
And you still can't stream to YouTube.
Wow.
Live stream.
Yeah, but at least if they got the Twitch, they need to integrate that. Oh, my God, man. See, just another I don't want to be.
And it carried over from the One X. Like the Xbox One had the same way, and the Series X does the same thing.
But Jazz, every time we say something bad about what Xbox needs to do better, people think we just
no. It's fine, man. Hating. It's fine. No. It's the complacency and acceptance that grinds my gears. It's just like if we we can't. How do
you move from one generation, Jazz, to the next generation with the same fucking interface? How do you do that?
I don't know. It grinds my gears for another day. It drives me. And you know, the thing is that it does drive me crazy. It's like we came. Oh, don't worry, we got it. But you know, we came from like Xbox Live Arcade, Xbox Retro Arcade, Xbox 1 versus 100. Like they were a leader. Bro. They were an example.
Xbox One getting their ass kicked last generation.
They were an example.
With Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S, dumbass fucking names with the same fucking interface with non-4K fucking. Oh my God, man!
Well, there goes Frog's streaming career on YouTube because he can't do it for that X.
Why, man? This is fucking why.
You got to go to Twitch with the app. The nice thing about using the app on the Xbox though is that you can control the bit rate, which you can't do that on the PlayStation. So, but you got to use that janky ass app.
I'm gonna have to figure this shit out, man.
Yeah.
Get on my Xbox tonight. Figure this shit out.
You can share photos. Yeah, Buck says you can share photos now to Twitter. That only took them a fucking 6 years to do that. Yeah, you can do it now. 6 years it took them to do it.
That fucking long to do that.
Yep. Well, anyway.
Xbox, you need to get your freaking fourth point of contact.
No, but they got that. They just added a 4K dashboard. Calm down.
Oh my God.
They didn't even have that at launch.
Oh wait, did they add it? Is it added?
I think they were rolling it out.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah, that has to be a rollout.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's all beta testing and alpha testing. And you know, one last thing. Speaking of Halo, they said they're not done with the flights and stuff. So after this game releases in December, they're going to be doing flights for other game modes and other things. So you'll still be beta testing this game after it releases. Like you'll be beta testing modes and shit. So there you go. Enjoy testing this game forever. So, but anyway, Grinders.
Xbox. They're a bunch of testies.
They're a bunch of testies. So, Grinders, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you're new, and if you want to become a VIP Grinder, get those cool emojis, and be on the Grindhouse VIP Lounge, where you could be doing splits with Hunter Holtz. Hit that join button. But thank you again for your time. Hit that share it out. And thank you for all your support for the channel, and stay tuned. You could tell that the it's bubbling up. There might be a Grinds My Gears coming soon, so it might be. But with that, everybody, I want to thank you again for awesome show, and thank you, Link, again for coming through. And shout out to everybody. Keep it here and keep it gaming. Talk to you guys later. Grinds My Gears out.